Good day, everybody, and welcome to the Ammunation. It's Friday, September 3rd, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm here with my good friend, the illustrious Irving Twin. And
Greetings.
thank you, Irving. Thank you for joining me. Irving, what's this we got up here for the audience to see?
Oh, this?
Yeah, this.
I figure we're playing it prematurely because I doubt anyone's there yet, but let's go for it.
Why not? Fucking love it. That sounds like communist. Fuck. That's great. That's great. Man.
And just look. Like, I mean, I know it's pixelated, but you can see the dejection on his face.
I'm not well liked, I guess. That's okay. Let's, fingers crossed he's not prime minister much longer, but we'll see. So how you been?
Yeah, been well. Having a decent week. You?
That's good. That's good. I'm doing well as well. I got myself a haircut, so I feel human again.
Nice.
I think I'm gonna grow the mustache back. My face feels naked.
It's kind of refreshing sometimes.
Yeah, but I like the mustache. Melina's okay with it, but she doesn't love it. You know what I mean? That's okay. Welcome everybody to the Ammunation. Tonight we are going to be joined by a very special guest, Mr. Pox Toxic. That'll be later in the show. But if you saw the title card for this Ammunation live stream and you know where it's from, put it in the comments. Let me know. The main crux of tonight's discussion is going to be on the inevitability of these vaccine passports. Oh, Irving's got the bear face out. It's going to be a good discussion.
Well, just because I'm about to become a second-class citizen under the law doesn't mean I can't enjoy myself.
No, exactly.
It's only some kinds of fun I'm not going to be allowed to have.
Right. Like everything that makes life living in a free country good. Like, going to the movies and going out to restaurants with friends, going to bars, going to a gym, going to a rock concert. Who needs those? Fuck it. We can just cloister ourselves in our houses. I am in solidarity with you, Mr. Twin. I am vaccinated, folks, but I will not participate or patronize any business that requires people to show a vaccine passport. And I know that a lot of them are being forced into doing it by the government, but I think if they get enough resistance from their customer base, they'll start pushing back and start saying, we got to stop this. It's ruining our business, But let's hope. We can only hope. I don't think it's right. I think it's completely wrong. And yeah, I'm hoping that the election can remedy that to some degree. But we'll see, because I think Aaron O'Toole is probably on board with it as well. Or at the very least, he's not opposed to it as much as, say Maxime Bernier or the leader of the Libertarian Party, whoever that is right now. I'm not sure who it is.
But I think Aaron O'Toole has said, it should be a choice. But also he didn't say he would stop the provinces from doing it.
Right.
So when he says that it should be a choice, I think he means it should be a choice of the premiers of the province to get it
right.
done.
Right.
And not each individual person. And
well, Justin Trudeau even said early on in the days, we can't force people to get a vaccine. It's not something we do in this. We're not a nation that forces people to get a medical procedure. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing: like, it hasn't hit the point now, where it's going to go. It's going to take somebody taking it to the court saying this is unconstitutional. First off, a private establishment doesn't have the right to ask me my medical history. It's a violation of my rights. Second, you can't restrict me because of my medical status. So that's a violation of my rights. So I'm hoping that it eventually goes to court. It will go to court at some point. But the problem is that the Canadian courts have shown themselves to be kind of subservient to our government, which is like they're an arm of the legislature almost. They're like I don't know.
Oh, I think it
depends on the court, obviously, depends on the judge, but by and large, it seems that they seem to be more they acquiesce to the government more often than they necessarily should.
See, I think it's worse. I think they might actually be many of them, too many of them, activist judges who aren't acquiescing. They're just agreeing. They're like,
Yeah,
yeah,
they're on
no,
board.
this is
They're on
this is
board.
the good way.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've had a lot of thoughts about this, and I don't know if I've organized them well enough to properly argue it. I know every time someone doesn't like something on the internet, they immediately compare it to Hitler. Vaccination guarantees citizenship. That's a good one. I like that. 6, good to see you. And I have a friend who's he's actually Jewish, and when I had mentioned that like these steps are not dissimilar from Nazi Germany, right? Immediately it was whoa, it's not the Holocaust. And I know he knows, like, I'm not out to offend him. I'm not trying to minimize what happened, right, in Nazi Germany. What I'm saying is we've lost the lessons and we no longer recognize it. Things over the past decade or maybe several decades have become so much about race that if it's not about race, people think it's not that bad, right? The group of people being targeted isn't a racial group. It's not ethnically motivated. So it's not that bad. We even have this in hate crime laws that if you murder someone for no good reason, just because you felt like shooting the person next to you, you get 25 to life, right? If you shot them because of their race, you get 30 to life.
Yeah, which doesn't make any sense to me.
What are they more murdered?
Yeah, exactly. Have you taken is it more tragic because of your motivation? No.
And we've put it on a metric. So if the hate crime is worse, that means the regular old version of that crime is not as bad. And that's ridiculous. That's what makes it ridiculous.
Welcome, 6. Good to see you. Thanks for popping in.
And my point is that, like, I'm not even at my point. I'm just going to ramble a little bit.
Go for it, man.
If you I've been talking to some people. I've got some of my vaccinated family members to actually send the email. I don't know if you made that banner, premier@ontario.ca. And the subject line, just reading no to vaccine passports, because they probably won't read the body. But if they're getting emails and they're seeing all these subject lines that say no to vaccine passports, that's something. It's messages. They're getting messages. And I've spoken to a lot of people in my life, and vaccinated people even are against this. They think this is a terrible idea. And I say, premier@ontario.ca, send an email if you really feel about it. Most people have gone, yeah, you know what? I think I will. And I know they won't. 99 and 100 aren't going to. But the fact that they're even vocalizing that they're against it is great. And then I haven't come across anyone who says, no, this is the right way to go. This is the thing I want. But one person said, yeah, I don't really care. And I was having trouble processing it. And after a while, I was getting really angry. And I was like, I'm cutting this person off. I'm never talking to them again. Then I came around and I was like, Pox is in the chat. Oh, and thanks for shilling 6. I came to my senses. And next time I saw him, he said, hey, Irving, how's it going? I said, hey, trader, what's up?
Hey, trader, what's up?
And
now it's a coworker or a friend at work, or is somebody you know?
Just buddy at work, and every time I see him, it's like, hey, trader, how's it going? Oh yeah, I'm totally polite, but now I'm going to call him trader to his face with a smile. Points are for chumps.
Well, you know what? I don't think he's even a traitor. He just doesn't care. Like I said, he's probably vaccinated. He's like, I don't care.
Yeah, but that's what I mean.
Do I care? I'm vaccinated, right? Vaccine passport. I don't give a shit. I'm vaccinated. That's what most people are thinking. That's what most people are thinking. And then there's some people who are thinking, good. We don't want those people who aren't vaccinated ruining it for everybody else.
All that evil needs to prevail is for good men to fail to act.
It's true.
Traitor.
But it doesn't discount the fact that he's a good man, just not committed to being good. You know,
I'm not asking him to go to war. I'm not asking him to take a bullet for me. All I said was, hey, man, You could send an email. And he didn't even think like, I could be a good person and do this good thing. He went, nah, I don't give a shit. Well, fuck you too, buddy.
If you are supporting the PPC for this this upcoming election, check your inbox, assuming you've been in touch with the PPC at some point, because a lot of different PPC reps are holding events tomorrow, protesting the lockdowns, the vaccine passports, that sort of thing. There's one in my area where 3 different reps from my surrounding area are going to be there. My rep's going to be there. I recently spoke to my rep. He's a stand-up guy, Mr. Gilbert Jubenville, and yeah, he's holding this thing from 10 to 1 p.m. So I'm going to head down there. My old stomping grounds, Brawny, Ontario. That's where I grew up, or spent my teenage years anyway. Welcome, Pox, to the stream. Thank you for popping by. We'll have you in a little bit. What do you think, Irving? Should we bring him in now, or do you want to bring him in later?
A little bit. I want to. I've still got more on this.
He's going to give you blue balls there, Pox. Your balls are going blue. So, yeah, let Irving rant a little bit more. Please do.
I just again. I don't have at work. This buddy of mine who happens to be Jewish. We do 2 things. We talk politics of COVID and rib each other. Yeah. But we don't always have a lot of time. So I didn't get to really go into detail, right? Like about the whole Nazi Germany thing, right? And someone else I had spoken to, another trader, was talking about, well, yeah, I don't like it, but we have to start thinking about how to balance with the greater good and everyone's safety. And it's like, look, für ihre Sicherheit was what the Germans used to justify every infringement of human rights they ever made. For your safety. This is for your safety. And it's well established, I'm under the impression, philosophically, that a concept of the greater good is completely unknowable. It's, for the most part, what people want right now. Yep. And they just call it the greater good, and that's it. And it's the reason that there's this saying, the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Mm-hmm. On the surface of it, this greater good and for your safety sounds nice, but on any analysis, you realize that it's a utilitarian idea that justifies all kinds of terrible means to achieve this supposedly good end. And if the means were just, you wouldn't need an end to justify it.
Right. And not to mention it's completely subjective. What's the greater good for you is not necessarily greater good for me. To me, freedom and liberty are the greatest good. Individual rights are the greatest good, because without them, what is worth living in life? If you're not free, why? What is the point in living? Yeah, okay, you're still drawing a heartbeat, and you're still drawing breath, you still have a heartbeat, but it's misery. It's untold misery, miserable existence if you're not free to chart your own course and decide for yourself what is best. The idea that we should hold. That's why, who was it with the saying, I think in your stream, that democracy is terrible. I was thinking more about that. He was comparing it to monarchy and dictatorship and that sort of thing.
Was it me?
In a sense, it's true. It wasn't you. In a sense, it's true. Democracy is terrible because basically, you've heard the phrase before, democracy is 2 wolves and a lamb voting on what to eat for dinner, right?
Right.
And then a republic is the lamb, well-armed lamb, right? Sorry.
I like it this way. A democracy can be 2 wolves and a sheep voting on what's for dinner. A republic is a well-armed lamb contesting the results on constitutional grounds.
Right. Exactly. Yeah. See, the thing is that, if you talk about the greater good in this amorphous sense, greater good meaning everybody's safety or what have you, you can get away with anything.
Yeah.
Because it's not grounded in any sort of lasting or valuable principle, right? Safety is it's one of the items on the Maslow's hierarchy of needs, but it's not It's not what we should be striving for in all of our day-to-day policy making and our day-to-day legal structure. I mean, I get it, and it's important, but if you're living in what's supposedly a free country, the principle that you should be building your greater good from are those principles that make living in a free country, being free in a free country, free. If that makes any sense. That was a little bit of a word salad, but if you take my meaning, right? I have no problem with people saying, yeah, okay, I want to advocate for the greater good, as long as we all agree on what the greatest good is.
Right, and that's the problem, is that you really can't, right?
We can't. But we could if we, again, had some if we were cognizant of what it is that makes Western civilization, nations of the cross, nations of brought out by the Magna Carta, that sort of thing.
But this is
what made them valuable, what made them better than what came previous, and what other nations and what other civilizations were doing.
But this is why I like the thing you say every stream. Freedom is messy. Because it's not about this is good and I know you're going to receive good outcomes. It's you are free to do what you think is best. Choose your own path and find it, as long as you're not fucking with anybody else to any particular degree. Right. So everybody has exactly that. I don't know if it's good, but I can't know. Like, we can't know that, so we may as well be as free as possible so we can find it for ourselves.
Right. What's more, it gives you freedom is messy, but it's also a lot of hard work. People, in order to be free, in order to advocate and hold freedom as one of these first principles, you have to be ready and willing to let somebody who just boils your blood and you abhor on a deep personal level, you have to be willing to let them be free as well.
Yeah.
Free to do what they want, again, as long as they're not violating the NAP. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, how thick is our criminal code at this point? It's got to be massive at this point. And how much of our criminal code is predicated on the notion of the non-aggression principle? I got to think that it's very little. I mean, the big ones like murder and theft and assault and that sort of stuff, they're in there. But there's all these other items in our criminal code that have nothing to do with protecting or upholding principles of the non-aggression pact or the non-aggression principle.
Probably.
I'm going to guess it's more than 6.
Oh, sorry, I got to circle back.
That's
so,
okay.
Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
It was inches, right? They didn't just start rounding up and murdering Jews. They didn't even put them in ghettos. The first step was, they're just not allowed in a few of these places, right?
Yeah.
The ethnic minorities aren't allowed to go here. But now, because it's not racially or ethnically motivated, people go, it's even not as bad as that. Because people in Germany at the time were saying, that's not so bad, right? Could have been worse. It's not like they're rounding people up. You're just not allowed in there.
Well, no, they will be rounding people up eventually, though. That's the thing. That's where it's going to lead.
That's what I mean. Is these are very clearly first steps. This is the beginning. This is not the end.
It's
no matter what.
It's death by 1,000 tiny cuts. And here's the problem, though. Back in the day, when people were fighting the Nazis, there were nations that had. I mean, you could say that. There were elements of the Second World War that were purely economically driven and purely politically motivated. But altogether, the narrative that was spun was that these guys are bad and they believe in bad things. We believe in good things. We need to go and stop them. What they're doing is terrible. But the problem is there are no other nations in the world right now that are going to say what's happening in Canada is terrible and we need to liberate them.
That was another part that I had said to my buddy. There's no one left. There's nowhere left. No one's coming to our rescue. Right. And, we're just a small group of people that aren't allowed in certain places. And, to save time and make it more efficient, the people who have willingly joined the party, they're going to be issued, a QR code for their phone so that they can just flash. And it's completely different than a red armband with a swastika on it that just allows you pass into wherever, right? It's not the same thing at all because it's not a fucking armband, but it's literally the exact same bad arguments that are just shrouded evil and literally the exact same steps that just aren't about an ethnic minority and aren't an armband.
You know what I think I might do? I might download an image of a yellow Jewish star, like from Nazi Germany. You know, they made used to make the word. Yeah, and put my QR code in it.
No. You need a red band with a white circle and your QR code in that. And I will have the yellow star with a little, the Ghostbusters circle with the line and the injection.
A syringe or whatever.
Yeah,
but no, here's the thing, though. The people who, you've got to consider, the people who are being forced to carry these passports are essentially the Jews, right? They're the compliant Jews. It's the guys like you who aren't doing it. You're the resistance fighters. You're the guys who are hiding out in the sewers. Everybody who's getting the QR, the passports and getting on board, they're the ones who had put the yellow star on their chest. They're like, oh, I better comply because it's the rules. Just like the Jews did. Right? It's the law, honey. We got to put the star on our chest if we want to go out to the opera.
Except
and then eventually they weren't even allowed in the opera.
They're so afraid of people realizing that it's the same thing that if we start showing it to them like that, they'll lose their shit.
That's to say.
I think it's high level trolling.
Very high level trolling, absolutely.
Special, like, God, can you picture it? Picture it: a red armband, white circle, and your QR code that is your Vax passport, and not to use it, but just to wear it. Right? If anybody asks, it's my vaccine passport.
And then you get all indignant and say, where's yours?
Yeah.
Are you one of the filthy unvaccinated? Here, put this on. And then give them a yellow star.
With the syringe.
With a syringe and a red circle going through it, yeah. A red, crossed out circle. Yeah, I think that's pretty clever. That's pretty clever. When are we getting our QR codes, I wonder? Wouldn't it be funny if the QR codes naturally had a swastika kind of look to them? That would be funny. I mean, everyone's going to be different because everybody's QR code is different, right?
Right.
Because it has
vaguely, fractally,
personally for you, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool. It would be almost as funny as if they were absolutely hackable and the entire database of Quebec was downloaded and it's just stolen.
Did you hear about this woman who got arrested for having a fake vaccine passport?
No, I did not. All I know is the hackers got it, and yes,
you're
the
frozen
QR codes.
there, Irving.
Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Or you're slowed. My internet connection is shit.
I hear you just fine.
I'm having some trouble with my Wi-Fi.
Everything's golden on this end.
Yeah, you were lagging to me. So for all I know, you're going out perfectly and I'm not. But we'll see.
Actually, on the stream, yeah, you're very
you folks in the chat can probably see the lag. You know, you're crystal clear, but you were lagging is all. I couldn't hear what you were saying. Well, it's not a fun time to be a Canadian. I'll be honest. We're not as bad as Australia at this point, but we're fucking getting there. We're getting there.
Oh, and New Zealand is off the fucking chain.
I know, and they have like next to no fucking cases. What do they have, like one case or something like that? One case in the ICU, and they fucking lock the entire island down. It's insane.
Yep. It's insanity. And like another friend from work. He's his parents and his grandparents escaped Poland when it was still under communist rule. So they're very aware of all this.
Yeah.
And he is properly based, right? Like his parents are properly based. And he had reminded me that, I think it was Goebbels at the Nuremberg trials when they asked him, how did you get the German people to go along with all of this? Right? His response was, make people scared, and they'll do anything you tell them as long as you promise that doing it will assuage those fears. And that's it. People are terrified of this virus that has a 99.9+% survival rate.
Yeah.
75% of people who died of this virus were over 75 years old. 80% of the remainder were obese and had multiple comorbidities. Right? This is a virus that doesn't kill children. It's the first pandemic in history that somehow leaves children almost entirely alone.
Yeah, they get a little sick maybe, but that's it. Yeah.
The least dangerous pandemic in 2,000 years.
Yeah, that's the thing, right? It's nothing compared to like smallpox. It's nothing compared to rubella. It's nothing compared to, fucking even mumps, for Christ's sakes.
Mumps and polio. Like, yeah. These things were around till the 60s and people just dealt with it.
Yeah. Yeah. Brave New World, baby.
Oh. How long are we going?
I'm responding to 6.
Stop it. Oh, poor Pox. He's still trying to drop a few. Well, yeah. There's
being fatphobic, flagged. I can't even. Yeah, so 6 posts. Once a prison, always a prison. Australia, once a prison. I'm like, and I responded with, so true. 6. Yeah. All Australians are descended from either prisoners or jailers.
Yes, yeah, that I was hearing that from someone in Australia. That like
you got to consider. Yeah, well, why are they putting up with this? They fought for their independence, yada yada. Yeah, but every single Australian is descended from either a jailer or a prisoner,
or both.
Or both, yeah.
And like, yeah, that it's a strange mentality that probably never really went away. Right?
Yeah,
like it's been part of the culture the whole time.
Yep. It's true. It's a sad, sad thing. So I was saying this before we went live that my tinfoil hat is getting a little tight.
Okay.
Because this was with regards to, you were talking about how Pfizer has now come out with a pill, which is like a twice daily pill that will prevent you from getting COVID.
They're working on it.
They're working on it. So that like no longer you'll need to get the shot, but then you need to take this twice daily pill as well.
So you need to get both shots and then the booster and take the pills. And like Australian officials were saying, no, boosters could be for the foreseeable future. Like, don't discount it yet, maybe ever. Just, and now the pill to go along with it. And it was so ridiculous that I had just watched the movie Equilibrium again, like literally less than a week ago, and how they're all stopping in the middle of the day to give themselves their interval.
I've never seen Equilibrium. I should give it a watch.
It's really bad. Okay. It's filled with wonderful ideas. It's like, it's got elements of 1984, Fahrenheit 451, and Brave New World. And it is just executed so shittily.
Yeah. Let me guess. They turn it into an action movie.
Yes. And it was one of those, I don't know if you've ever had this kind of friend. My buddy was telling me, oh, Equilibrium, you've got to watch this movie. The tagline on the box is "Forget the Matrix." Like you've got to watch it. You've got to watch it. And finally, like weeks and weeks go by, and I watch it. He's just bugging me for weeks. I watch it, and I go to him. I'm like, man, this movie was shit. What the hell are you talking? And he's laughing, and pointing. That's 2 hours you're never getting back.
That's a dick move.
Yeah.
See, I wouldn't have fallen for it. I'd start watching it and go, I get it, but I'm not into it. I guess it's good enough that you watch the whole thing.
It was like, it's mysterious enough that you keep
Yeah.
thinking that there's gonna be like a big drop, a big reveal, and then almost like over an hour in, you are committed. Like you don't if I stop watching a movie, it's like 20 minutes. 20 minutes if I'm not hooked on something and wanting something, I just give it up.
I've had a bunch of false starts like that this week. Started watching Space Truckers with Dennis Hopper. And I got about 20 minutes in, and I'm like, oh, fuck, this is terrible. I had to say, it's a great idea. I think they even made a TV show based on it. But the movie's fucking awful. No. There was a TV show in the 90s, I think, called Space Truckers.
Being an asshole to people who are fans of Firefly.
Firefly's great. I love Firefly.
Firefly's fucking horrible.
Oh, stop.
It is so shitty.
We can get into why you don't like Firefly later, but we should stay on topic. I watched The Descent for the first time earlier this week.
Oh,
and
that's the one, the weird shit in the caves, right?
Yeah, it's the one with the chicks in the caves. And I'm like, this is actually, for a horror movie, it's hitting a lot of it's hitting all the points. And I was watching, I'm like, you know what? This is like because I saw The Ritual before it. Like I saw The Ritual a few years back. And The Ritual is basically The Descent, but with men. And instead of being in caves, they're wandering through like the Swedish countryside and through the woods and shit. But it hits all of the same, terror points, horror points. It's pretty good. I like that, it's a movie that stars an all-female cast, but they don't feel the need to, shit on men the entire fucking time. Right, so it was good. I like The Descent. I don't know if I'll ever watch The Descent 2, but I like The Descent.
Oh, you mentioned Sweden. Can I share at least one of these images that I saved here? We might not go through all of them, but this was a particularly fun one because
let's just show this real quick. Get the shot and die, yicks. I don't know what yicks are, but Rolf Lamau and good friend Lamau. I don't know who Silent Walk is. Silent Walk, thank you. Welcome to the stream. I'm not aware of you. I don't know who you are.
Oh wait,
it's blinking?
Yeah, that's gonna give everyone a fucking seizure. Let me reshare it. Okay, yeah, you should be good now. So, Sweden bans travelers from Israel, one of the most vaccinated nations. Israel's vaccination rate is in the low 90s, double vaccinated, okay? Yeah. And they are getting 10,000 plus cases a day. And the government has decided that 2 vaccinations is not fully vaccinated. You need your booster. Okay, this is it. This is the smoking gun. This
seems strange to me because Sweden was very liberal when it came to the outbreak. They were like, no, we're not locking shit down. We're not forcing people to get vaccinated. We're not, forcing people to wear masks. Live your lives. We'll take care of the elderly and the infirm. You guys go ahead and live your lives. So it seems strange that they become. I mean, mind you, it's not their own citizens. It's another country, and maybe the Swedes just hate the Jews.
Based. No. Oy vey, says Pox.
Oy vey.
Look, they did everything right. Protected the most vulnerable, let people go about their lives, the strong built immunities. What they can't have is all these people who think they're safe because of their bullshit vaccination not actually taking care.
Right.
A free people, well-informed, will take care of themselves. These are not a free people who are not well-informed, and they're not allowed in fucking Sweden anymore. it makes.
Yeah, Sweden is a little bit schizophrenic, silent. It's funny, you know, when they were talking about, no, we're not locking things down and we're not forcing people to wear masks, and you know, they're letting everybody be free. I was like, good on Sweden, because when you consider their policies towards immigration, they're batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But when you look at their approach to the pandemic, it's like, why did they become so reasonable? And I mean, it's funny though, because I've heard also people say that in China, it's not as insane as it is in Australia, where it fucking broke out. People are living more freely in China than they are in Australia. And China is a dictatorship. Well, more freely in the sense that they're not being forced to be inside their homes anymore. Remember, they already welded them inside their homes before and killed them.
Exactly. That those kinds of, for the greater good, for your safety measures, were totally justified. And now look, everything is fine again. Isn't it great that we murdered all those people?
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, they're probably actually okay, because I'm sure China is also being pretty restrictive about who goes where and who comes from where.
Yeah.
And
well, except if they're from Eritrea or Somalia, come on in, rape our blonde, beautiful.
No, I meant China still.
Oh, China. Oh, I thought you
China. China's going to be very restrictive about who can come in and who can go where, right? So yeah, like, but again, you can justify all kinds of horrific things for the greater good.
Yeah. All right, man. What do you say? Do you want to bring Pox in here?
Yeah, I'm going to send him the link.
Do you want to send him the link? I think I gave it to you. You should have it. I don't have it on my hands right. I could share it now, but I don't have Pox's information.
This should work. Yep. So Pox, all you do is click that thing I sent you. It'll send you to a little room where you can test your mic and your camera, and then you click enter the broadcast studio or something like that.
Yeah, and then I'll actually make you live, so you don't have to worry about being ready.
5 minutes stall.
5 minutes. Okay, well, we'll stall then. I'll go back to vaccination guarantee citizenship.
Yeah, and I mean,
he's pinching a loaf.
See, no, it was just butterflies. I don't have to go take a shit. I told you. I get butterflies when we go live. And there's like 3 or 4 people watching, and it's like, okay, let's go.
We got 6 watching now. I'm not exactly sure who all those 6 are. I've seen a total of 3 different people in here so far: Silent Walk, Pox Toxic, and 6. But you know, if you're there, give us say another word. Oh, maybe, you know, it could be you, me, and my TV going, because I have my TV running the stream as well. So that might be
these 3. Yeah,
these are the 3. You know, me, and my TV.
If that's true, we probably have the most interactive viewership on all of YouTube. 100%.
Yeah,
100% of our viewers interact.
That's pretty damn good.
That's awesome. Yeah, like it's just first steps. It's just bars and movie theaters.
Yeah, it's just 15 days to show the spread, to slow the spread.
Yeah, you know, and eventually, like maybe I won't be allowed in the grocery store. Maybe I'll have to send to Discord. Why can't you just click it from here? Okay, like maybe I'll have to order my groceries online.
Yeah, that's what Melina's been doing.
And this is the thing that I had wanted to mention. It was my big fear about all of this, is that fucking guy. Sorry, give me a second.
It's okay. Silent, we haven't been on a while because we've both been terribly lazy. Yeah, I haven't done an ammunation in it's got to be 2-3 months now, but I'd like to get back to doing it, you know, weekly or so. So, because I really do enjoy these talks with Irving. We have a great time. He's really probably the only person in my social sphere that I can talk to about this stuff and not have them look at me like I'm some crazy tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. I mean, I might be a tinfoil hat wearing crazy conspiracy theorist, but he doesn't make me feel that way. So
I don't mind people ribbing me and calling me crazy tinfoil hat wearing conspiracy theorist. You know what I really hate? The fucking eye roll. It's like, what? Like, how fucking dense do you have to be? Like that you're not seeing it to the point that you're rolling your eyes. You're literally looking away from it.
Oh no, they're aware they're doing it. They just don't care.
No, they know they're rolling their eyes, but they're looking, like the roll of the eyes is to look away from this. That is absolutely true. There's no other way. And like the sense of superiority that they have to roll their eyes like that, to just turn away from the truth and go, fuck that. It's fucking disgusting to me.
Well, here's the thing. When you're inculcated into a narrative, right? When the media 24/7 is telling you what reality is, and then you hear something that doesn't jive with it, it's distressing, and people don't want to deal with it. I was at the barber today. You did a nice job. I'm actually quite pleased with my haircut. I was at the barber today, and he had CP24 going, and the woman on the broadcast was saying that 57% of Ontarians agree with vaccine passports. And the question is, where is the Ford government in rolling this out? I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Who did you ask? Who did you ask? 57 people in your office? 57 liberal voters? 57 Nazis?
Like the polling is skewed, sure. But also, I don't care how many German citizens thought it was fine and good to ghettoize Jews.
Yeah.
I don't care how many Canadian citizens were pro-residential schools or interning people of Japanese descent during World War II. This is shit that happened. This is real. We interned Japanese. I don't care how many people were pro.
If I'm not mistaken, was Canada even involved in the Pacific Theater? I don't even know if we were involved in the Pacific Theater. Were we?
But
I knew we were in Europe, but did we get involved in Pacific Theater?
Not specifically.
I guess they were Axis, so that's why we did it. But.
Yeah, we were at war with them by default because we were allied with the United States and Great Britain. So we interned Japanese people.
I'll have to jump out a few minutes. Oh, I'm lagging again. Sorry, folks.
And Six, good night. Thanks for coming.
Have a great night, Six. Thanks for popping by.
In New Orleans is safe.
Oh yeah, that's right. The flooding. Yeah.
Crazy shit, man. But like, I don't care. I don't care if. Oh, here he is. Let me do the intro. So, here he is. The long-haired ogre, whose penis is a holy relic gifted him by God and his parents, a strange abortion of masculinity, God's funniest clown to whom he gives his silliest battles. These are all things he said about himself. Pox motherfucking Toxic.
Welcome, Pox. Can't hear you.
all that, and he's not even there.
Oh, he's muted. Why is he muted? Can't unmute your guest because they chose to mute themselves. Oh, okay. Well, he must be rubbing one out. Okay. So while we wait for Pox to get into the stream and talk fully.
What a wasted intro! Like what a dick. Right? Can you?
There we go. Let's do that one.
Yeah, shit.
And he maybe doesn't want to show his face either. I'm not sure. Oh, he left.
Oh, I like that he's got an avatar though. Good man.
I like that avatar too.
Yeah.
I can't hear shit. This fucking shit.
Big brain Chad.
Oh man.
Oh, like
you can't hear. That's weird that he can't hear anything. Do you have headphones on? Make sure your audio is set correctly.
Yeah, he wanted me to send it to Discord. This is not a Discord app. This is
a web app. Live
straight
stream.
up through your what do you call it? Through your browser.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Click. It should be easy. That's why I sent it to Facebook.
All good.
Like for people who don't know, StreamYard is the easiest fucking thing in the world.
Oh yeah, it's good for boomers like me.
Once you open it up, right? It asks you, it walks you through the steps to make it a manager of your social media page, YouTube or Twitch generally. And then you just go to StreamYard, tell it I want to live stream, and it does all the fucking technical work.
Yep. You can set it for future date. You can do whatever you want. You can upload a banner like I did to tonight's. It's it's good times.
It's what touring is to basic, if anyone understands what the fuck that means.
The touring machine, you mean?
No, the touring language.
Oh, okay.
Right, the touring programming language to basic. Like basic is a little too technical. Touring is far easier. Right, like basic
is really basic. It's just 10 print, ha ha ha.
Right.
20 go to 10.
But in Turing,
run.
In Turing, instead of print, it says say.
Yeah.
Right. And for input, you would just write get. like it uses real language as opposed to. Is he here?
It looks like he's here.
I see him.
I see him too. I can't hear him yet. What's going on, Pox?
Why can't we hear him? What's happening?
You have to choose your mic in the settings.
You should have seen the green bar bouncing when you spoke. It gave you a chance to test all that. Like right there. Silent Walk. No, it's not a single malt scotch. It's a good Canadian whiskey. It's called Bearface. It's great. The first time I grabbed a bottle, see those nice bear claw marks through the glass, I thought the label was ripped. And I was like, oh, I'll grab another. No. The claw mark is tearing through the label. It's beautiful. 7 years aged. Triple finished. It's surprisingly
and it's in the
good,
glass
right?
too.
Surprisingly good. Yeah, like that's deep etched in the glass. Like this.
Yeah, it's a blended whiskey, right? Didn't you say it's aged in what is it? It's aged in wine barrels or some shit.
It's properly aged in oak barrels, and then they refinish it for a few months in I think it's old port barrels.
Oh, okay.
Port casks that were used to age port, and then again in brand new Hungarian white oak casks for a spicy finish, they say. All I know is for $40 Canadian, this is damn good whiskey.
Yeah, I've had it too. I like it, and but I can't drink it straight. I'm not a straight whiskey guy. I got to drink it mixed with sugary drinks. So, well, Pox is here, but he's having issues with his mic, so that's okay. We'll have him sitting there on the side with his avatar there. You got anything else you want to share? Any of those other images you sent to me earlier today?
Yeah, let's give me a second here. Okay. No, I have a couple of things like yeah, let's share this. It's doing it. Damn it. Why?
You got too many windows open?
No, it's just the two. But like, it's the thing about Joe Rogan, right? Like Joe Rogan got COVID. Oh my God. And people are freaking out. Right. So Swanstradamus says unvaxxed Joe Rogan using ivermectin and beating this deadly pandemic virus in a couple days is going to seriously melt heads. And the very next thing, this is just stupid. Jesus, why does it take so long? I should open them all and just switch videos. Yes. Akila Hughes says, Joe Rogan takes pony goo because he's scared of a vaccine, but not the virus he very well could die from. Don't tell me he's good. He sucks, lol. Like, first off, pony goo. I'm sorry, that's like calling penicillin cow goo. Because we give antibiotics to all kinds of mammals.
Yeah. Yeah, it's predicated on a misleading story about by CNN, of course.
Ivermectin is used in huge doses for horses that weigh 1,500 pounds to remove parasites.
Yeah.
Right. But it's also dosed properly for humans for all kinds of fucking reasons.
Right.
And this, don't forget, Akila Hughes is the crazy bitch who tried to sue Sargon of Akkad and 3 years later lost and owed him like 40,000 pounds.
Yep.
So, yeah, this chick, I don't know what the fuck she's thinking because she's clearly wrong about most things in her life.
Yeah, seriously, Akila, think about this. He sucks, LOL. He's not. Don't tell me he's good. He sucks. Pretty sure he's got the most popular podcast in the world.
Yeah.
More people listen and watch his podcast than any other podcast anywhere. And what's your YouTube channel? What's your followers? And how many followers? Akila, obviously. I don't know how many people are following her. All right, Poxic, can we hear you?
I think so. I think my retarded ass finally figured this shit out.
Yeah, you did. Yes. Good on you.
Hell yeah. What's going on? Doug, it's nice to speak to you again.
Doug?
All Canadians are named Doug.
How are you? How are you Frostbacks doing?
Good. How are you? Where are you located there, Pox?
Down in Kentucky. Irving might be down here soon. I've been bartering to trade for his sister so he can get a green card.
That's right. I thought he was going to Odessa. I thought you were going to Odessa, Irving.
Oh, I'll get in any way I can and move there. But
there you go.
Yeah, if I got to trade my sister to this long-haired ogre, yeah.
Hey, look, as long as she's got decent maternal instincts, we'll be fine. But if she doesn't, there's going to be a refund that has to be made. Just putting that out there.
No, she's Italian.
She loves kids and animals.
Good point. I don't know how I feel about marrying a black lady, though.
Italians are people of color?
Well, they were until about 40 years ago.
Well, the Irish were subhuman until about 60 or 70 years ago.
Yeah, that's why I still have an N-word pass. 90% potato, baby.
There you go. So how are things in Kentucky? You guys weren't hit by the what do you call the hurricane, were you?
No, we didn't get the brunt of it. We usually, so when a hurricane hits, depending on how bad it is, we usually just get like some nice storms that blow through.
Right.
We didn't get much. We got like 2 days of decent rain, and then it was nice as hell today.
Oh, that's good. Here in the Northeast, they had some people were dying in New York in the flooded basements and shit.
Yeah, I wish I knew where it was, but there was a video of one dude managed to get a hold of like a floating lawn chair, like a pool toy, floating down an alley, token from a bong in the middle of the storm.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Hey, never let a crisis go to waste.
Right.
All right, we got a few comments here. Oh, something's popping up on me. What's popping up?
I didn't do it. Silent Walk. If you've never heard of it.
What are you drinking? Single malt scotch? Okay. Never heard of it before. And finally, X Rogan is all over the place too. What's X Rogan? Oh, cancel Rogan. Yeah. Yeah, no, I know.
Wait. Why are they trying to cancel Joe Rogan?
Yeah, because he got COVID and his doctor, we presume his doctor prescribed him with ivermectin. And
he ordered it from Thailand.
Oh shit! He got hoarded by the horse tranquilizers. He got healed by the horse tranquilizers.
Hey, DMT with a horse tranquilizer, take a bit of the edge off. Yeah, way to go.
But I mean, the guy, he's what, 50 something now?
Mm-hmm.
But he's super fit. He's more fit than any of the three of us. He's healthy, strong. Why wouldn't he survive this?
Yeah.
Well,
that's just it. I mean, I think I got it back in the early days of it. I was in Florida. Remember I told you back in the day, I'm going to Florida, damn it. And you said at the time, you said, don't go to Florida because there's a virus and blah, blah, blah. I'm like, damn it, I got to get myself a lightsaber. So I'm going to Florida. And so I went and I got super sick. And it was the worst cold I'd ever had. And this was right around the time of the virus is starting to, show its face everywhere.
But that wasn't the Delta variant, Craig.
Oh, right. The Delta variant. Delta variant. Yeah. So, but people who are, but you know what? Have you seen this study out of, where is it? I want to say Israel. That people who have natural immunity, which I believe I do, are 13 times, as much as 13 times more protected than people who are protected via the vaccine, even against the Delta variant.
I heard 8 times, but yeah, I've heard the studies that show that, yes, of course, natural immunity is superior to artificial immunity. Like, our immune systems are fucking insane. Once you had polio,
right.
Once you had smallpox,
and it stands to reason when you consider that
don't get
you're
it
immune
again.
because your body fought against the actual virus versus an immune response, an artificially created vaccine, which is, rudimentary of the virus,
Like, this is just the way all of our systems work. If you stress your muscles to the point that they're hurt and then rest a little bit, your muscles become stronger. We call this working out, right? If you stress your bones, right, with a little bit of contact, with a little bit of pressure, your bones become more dense. Your immune system.
You heard it here, kids. Start punching concrete walls.
No.
Yeah.
Just do push-ups on your knuckles, right? Of course, there's a limit. You can stress your muscle to the point that it snaps. You can stress your bones to the point that they break. You can get a disease that can kill you. But a little bit of something that's bad is good for you. This is Jonathan Haidt's anti-fragility. That if something falls to the ground and doesn't break, it's not fragile. If something falls to the ground and breaks, it's fragile. But what about something that falls to the ground and gets tougher? That's anti-fragile.
Right.
And every system in our body is like that. We have limits that we can pass that is bad for us, but a little bit of things that are bad make us stronger, make us tougher. And yeah, of course, your natural immunity is going to be far superior to just some treatment, some outside drug that's supposed to do the job for you, right? Imagine you never had to lift a box because somebody else lifted it for you. Your muscles would go to waste. You'd be atrophied. Right?
That's what happens to spacemen. Right?
Yeah, there's no gravity.
There's no gravity, so lifting and moving things around, moving themselves around doesn't exercise their muscles. It doesn't put any stress on their bones.
You're both wrong because the spacemen don't have muscles. They're fucking robots.
They're all robots.
Yes, 100%. Think about it, dude. We make drones. We've sent drones to Mars and shit. The aliens have to be fucking robots made by an advanced species that was like, all right, go collect the data and bring it back, Mr. Robot Man.
I'd like to address. Sorry.
Go ahead. I'm just talking shit.
I just want to address Silent Walk's comment here. Just the flu. No, not just the flu. The flu kills infants. Lots of infants.
Right. The one time we have a pandemic, the one time it doesn't fucking actually affect children. And we have to mask the children.
Well, it was engineered that way, though, right? So, because Klaus Schwab he needs the kids to survive, because they're going to be the new future labor force, the future slave force that's going to exist in the New World Order. So the kids can't die. The old people can die. That's why Cuomo put all the sick people back in the nursing homes. He's like, let the old people die. They're not the future of the New World Order. They're not the future of the Great Reset. Did you hear Biden today when he was talking about his budget was said build back better? I'm like, oh, you cocksucker.
They've all said build back better on more than one occasion.
Yeah,
well,
wasn't that supposed to be his tagline during the election?
Mm-hmm. Yep. Yeah, Trudeau said build back better. I think Boris Johnson said it as well. They're all sucking Klaus Schwab's dick.
On the other hand, England is more open than we are.
Yeah. But,
right.
Yeah, what are you guys going to do? Do you have your Rambo plan yet? Like, you guys got your little survival huts picked out in the fucking tundra there? Like, what's going on?
Well, I thought I'd arm myself first, so I bought a Browning SA-22 the other day. I walked into sale, and I showed them my PAL, and I said, I'd like to buy that, please. And he said, sure. And I paid the money, and I walked out. No waiting 14 fucking days. Just
hell yeah, that's a start. But what are you gonna do? Do you have supplies? I'm serious, dude.
I got bullets.
So I've been watching kind of like your old vaccine passport shit, and this is getting to be like, I don't want to be like over dramatic, and everybody makes comparisons to this shit when some crazy shit on a global scale happens, but this is like borderline like fucking mark of the beast shit. Like, they're literally gonna fucking shade you out of participating in society and fucking buying anything, dude. Like, what are you all gonna do?
I haven't gone full what's the word I'm looking for? Prepper. But
you better start, son, before it's too late, dude.
Not full prepper, but I am of Italian descent. I have literally 3 months worth of pasta in my cupboards. Okay.
Fuck yeah, that's how you do it.
Plus about 20 pounds of rice.
That's a start.
So yeah, I can survive. I've got food to survive. It won't be great. It's not ideal, but
water. Yeah. All that rice and pasta ain't gonna do shit if you ain't got water somewhere or a way to fucking filter your own.
No one in Canada. I believe not one person will accept cutting off the water from your tap because you're unvaccinated. No one will accept this yet.
No, but the thing is, most people drink bottled water, right? So if
I don't.
No, what most people do at this point. So if supply chain is interrupted for some of these things, and a lot of people might not drink from a tap, or they'll buy a Brita filter. I don't know. In terms of prepping, though, Irving, you've got to get your PAL, man.
They won't let me. I'm unvaccinated.
What the fuck is a PAL? Is this the
possession
firearm license?
Yeah, possession and acquisition license.
Hell yeah.
So I have my RPAL, which is restricted possession and acquisition, which means I can buy handguns. But Irving, they'll let you get your PAL right now. There's no restrictions on that yet.
You know what? It's really funny because I actually went out and got it. And then the group that were handling it, they just let it lapse without handing it to me. And
what? How?
Yeah, I paid money to take courses and get licensed. And then they had to send me things, and I contacted them and said, you need to send me this within this time frame because that's what I paid for and I need to get it. And then they just didn't send it to me. And then the time frame lapsed. So now I have to go back and take the course again.
Yeah, but it's not a big deal. It's like 2 days. And if you're going for just a regular PAL,
sure, but it also
get it all
money,
basically,
and they owe it to me. And either I can sue them for the $350.
I don't remember how much it was. I'm not sure.
And and take that time and the cost of suing, or I can just pay the $400 again.
Just go to another person running the course.
This guy was the guy who was the
CFO?
RCMP gun control leader guy.
Retired. The firearms officer of the area.
Yeah, and I took his course, and they didn't give it to me.
Well, I would find, because there's firearms officers in every jurisdiction. So, like, you're in Etobicoke North, so go to another one. Just sign up with another one. It doesn't have to be where you live. Well, my guy was in Hamilton. I went all the way to Hamilton to do the course. So anyway, I recommend everybody in Canada should get their PAL. I think everybody should have a firearm and know how to use it, or have the ability to use a firearm. Even if you never buy a gun, just get your PAL. Because then if you ever wanted to buy a gun, you got it.
As a non-Canadian, I agree with the sentiment wholeheartedly.
I told my wife she should get
gun
it.
Laws in Kentucky.
What's that?
How are your gun laws in Kentucky? Like, do you have open carry, or do you need?
Open carry, I think, is okay. I'm not really fucking up on the gun laws. I know you don't want to be a felon with a firearm. That ends fucking very bad in this state. I wouldn't fucking recommend breaking into anybody's house around here. That's for fucking sure.
I think it's in Kentucky. That's I want to say it's Kennesaw County. Kennesaw? I think it's Kennesaw County. It has the highest per capita gun ownership because they have a bylaw in the county where if you own a home, you have to have a firearm in your home.
Yep.
And it's got the lowest crime rate anywhere in the country.
Yeah. I would not recommend fucking around in any like non-urban environment in Kentucky.
Yeah, well, like
at all,
right? That every person in Switzerland spends, I think, a year at least, not necessarily going fighting, but in armed forces training, right. And every adult must, by law, own a sidearm, and it's supposed to be kept in a lockbox in a closet, right?
Yeah,
but every single adult has their, so like a husband and wife, that means 2 firearms in the house, and they have crime approximately nil.
Yeah.
An armed society is a polite society, dude. That's not a fucking new concept by any stretch of the imagination.
Yeah. Well, I mean, isn't that, I mean, when you consider people talk about the Wild West where, people were running around getting in gunfights, it was actually pretty tame time. There wasn't that many shootouts. Those were like duels. It was still part
we
of
just
the
show them in movies a lot.
It's just in the movies,
that's
right?
What it was.
Because you never knew who was going to draw on you. So people didn't get into spats that often back in the Wild West as they make it out to be.
I heard a story from a black comedian who went to Texas thinking he was going to be like, just inundated with racisms, and everyone smiled and said hello, and like he was just loving his time there. And finally, he asked somebody. He was like, "Man, I'm loving Texas. This is great. Everyone's so nice. Everyone's so polite. What's going on?" And someone smiling says, "Oh, we have to be. Why is that? Because everyone has a gun."
That's right.
That's true. You're not. I imagine that. I bet you Texas has very low levels of road rage.
Right.
But because you hear places like, the Florida man story. Some guy loses it because he gets cut off on the highway.
But I'm pretty sure
the guy down.
With Florida, though, I'm pretty sure there's just meth in the water there. Like
that's true. Florida's fucked up. But you know what? Here's the thing. It's my state of choice. If I were to ever to, emigrate anywhere, it'd be to Florida.
Swamp Florida or beach Florida?
Wherever I can afford. I love the beach, but it's expensive. So wherever I can afford. Thing is, like the wife is not interested at all in moving to the United States. If things get really bad here, I think I'm gonna. I mean, keep my voice down. I think I'm gonna give her an ultimatum. I think I'm just gonna say, look, it's gone too bad. We have to get out of here. I'm not staying here. And then we'll see where that leads. But I asked her, where would you rather live, Texas or Florida? She's like, not Texas, Florida. I'm like, all right, Florida, we can do.
If it gets that bad, keep in mind, if you have any cute sisters, I might be able to hook you up, okay?
I don't have any cute sisters.
We'll get y'all out, but we'll get y'all out, bro.
Hey.
I have an ugly older brother.
I got dibs.
I mean, I could probably hook him up, too.
Good night, Silent. Thanks for coming.
Night, Silent.
Take it easy, Silent.
I'm having a thought about the whole freedom versus greater good idea.
God. Wait, are you drinking tonight?
Yeah, of course.
This is going to be good. Go on.
I'm half in the bag here. No. Look, greater good versus freedom. People who want a greater good, what they see is the bad things in Florida. Florida man breaks into jail to hang out with his friends. And they think, oh, this is terrible. And we have to do something about that. We have to restrict this man's freedoms to save him from himself. But also, then you have like Ron DeSantis and you have Miami, like a fantastic metropolis that people go to for the culture, for the nightlife, for the art. And freedom gives you all of the extremes and all the normal, but all of the extremes. You have the greatest things ever that come out of that freedom. But also, because people are free, there's going to be a handful of people that do these ridiculous fucking things. That seems like there's meth in the water. That seems like someone wants to break into prison to hang out with their friends. And
look, in a normal society, I would say you were right. A handful of people is correct. We ain't in a normal society, like globally anymore, dude. Everybody's lost their minds to some degree or another. So instead of that handful of people, now you've got fucking almost an even split of those people that are fucking, showing the worst of what freedom can be.
I'd say some of the worst Pox are the people who are advocating for less freedom. They're the ones who are behaving the most badly. They're the ones who are attacking people in the street for, not wearing a mask.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. But I'm not gonna lie. As a fucking authoritarian and admitted accelerationist, I'm fucking glad they're out there doing that shit, because all that's gonna do is piss off people that actually give a fuck about freedom. Eventually, they're gonna stop being cuck little faggots, and oh shit, my bad. They're gonna fucking stand up, and that's not just gonna. You already started seeing it in France, a couple years ago with the yellow vest shit, and much as even in further back than that in Berkeley, when you had people actually finally kicking Antifa's ass, all over an entire metropolitan area.
Numbers to Berkeley.
Yeah, it's been a slow burn, but people are finally starting to get fed up with all this crazy shit.
Proud Boys aren't right-wing extremists. They're regular dudes who happen to be jacked who go out and say, "Fuck."
Nah, they're all federal agents. They all got outed, sir. They all glow.
they're all glowies.
Oh, dude, look it up. I'm telling you, man, a bunch of them. A bunch of the ones that were higher up in it turned out, yep, they're glowies. I'm willing to bet that's why Gavin McInnes bounced on him, because he was like, "Oh no."
Isn't that case?
I just want to be hipster journalist guy that puts dildos in my ass on my live stream show. I don't want to deal with federal agents, so he bounced on him.
Gavin McInnes, yeah.
Yeah.
Far from compromising them, vaccine mandates actually further civil liberties. They protect the most vulnerable.
What?
People with disabilities and fragile immune systems, children too young to be vaccinated, and communities of color hit hard by the disease. Yeah,
that's fine. Look, hey, you know what? That's fine. That's a good argument. But here's the thing. I have the freedom to not give a fuck about any of those people. So what do you do? Because now you are infringing on my rights. I am not fucking required to give a shit about anybody outside my immediate community.
But that's what I mean, Pox, is that it's not a good argument. It's a bad argument. It's fucking terrible. And I saved this image. I saved this image under the title, "Slavery is Freedom."
Yeah. War is peace.
It's you have that freedom, but in Canada, apparently we don't.
No.
And the worst part is there's a huge swath of our population who doesn't give a shit.
Yeah, and I was thinking about this because what's her name? Sydney Watson was on Tim Pool last week or earlier this week, and they were talking about these. She's an Australian chick, and they were talking about these countries that have allowed these situations to be put in place, and they like the authoritarianism. And I don't think it's the Canadians necessarily like the authoritarianism. It's just we've been conditioned to accept it, because for going on 60, 70 years now, we've had a top-down government-run healthcare system, And that's put it in our heads that government is our parent. Government is our provider of all things good, and we can't question the government. You can question an individual party that might be in power, but government as an entity is your friend, and you need to accept. You need to accept their decrees.
Do you even have that fucking choice to question a political party? Because the way it seems to me, from what I've watched, is that your one party that's actually fighting for freedom is basically as far as the mainstream collective idea is that they are all Nazis and horrible people.
Oh yeah, of course.
And all that shit. So, like, do you even have the option to vote for another party and not get fucking strung up on the street light? Like,
no, we still have
metaphorically.
Elections. And I have a PPC sign on my front lawn. I show that with pride that I'm supporting the PPC. But the thing is, democracy is horseshit, and it's we don't have much in way of choice, in that our two main big parties are copies of one another. They're essentially the same party. And they have been forever. It's the liberals and the conservatives are neither liberal nor conservative. Go figure.
They just pretend to be when the cameras are on and the votes count.
They're big government. One that talks about mainly about helping people, and the other one that talks about lowering taxes. But they essentially think that big government is the answer to everything, and that people need to get in line with whatever it is they decide. Here's the thing: I was talking about this in another video. We've got this thing in Canada called the Notwithstanding Clause. This is what makes our democracy shit. And the Notwithstanding Clause in our Constitution allows for the Premier of a province or the Prime Minister of Canada to say, okay, yeah, we know that this thing we want to do is unconstitutional, but we're going to do it anyway. We're invoking the Notwithstanding Clause. We're going to do it anyway. And if you don't like it, you can vote us out in 5 years because it expires. Anything you do under the Notwithstanding Clause expires in 5 years. But the problem is people are so disengaged with democracy. They just vote based on the number of signs they see on lawns that it doesn't really matter. Anything that they do is probably going to be in perpetuity. So, that's why our democracy is garbage here in Canada.
So how is this worded that the government can just be like, fuck you, I do what I want? Like,
it's called the Notwithstanding Clause, and any premier can invoke it. If something comes down from Ottawa, our nation's capital, that is going to affect all the provinces, any one premier can say, yeah, we're not going to abide by that. And
I've got a great example. So raping a woman is wrong, notwithstanding her skirt was super short and her ass was tight. That's it. That's literally it. And if you don't like it, you can vote me out in 5 years.
Wait a minute. Okay. That's fucked up.
Yo, murder is wrong.
This guy gave me a dirty look.
Unless they really fucking deserved
this guy's dirty look. He's got to go.
Looked at me crossways.
Yeah, but you don't like it, you can vote me out in 5 years.
Yeah, that's essentially it. And we also have our Article 1 of our Charter of Rights and Freedoms, which basically says that Irving, I think, has memorized it word for word, but it essentially says that anytime the government wants to, they can say, yeah, we're going to rescind these rights or temporarily put a pause on them because it's important.
So none of it's recognized as like a natural right or under God's law or whatever.
Hold on. Viva Fry, the Montreal litigator turned YouTuber turned PPC candidate, says that Section 1 actually has 3 distinct properties that need to be met by law for it to take. I think he's wrong. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just the nigga with a rocket launcher. And but yeah, the Canadian Charter of Rights and Freedoms guarantees the rights set out in it, subject only to such reasonable limits prescribed by law as can be demonstrably justified in a free and democratic society. To me, that sounds like if people vote for it, we can just like infringe on your freedoms.
Mm-hmm.
And he says there's distinct properties that need to be met by the law. But like we discussed this before we went live, that if our justices, if our court systems are, say, infected with activist judges that agree with the crazy woke bullshit, there's going to be no fight. There's going to be no constitutional rejection of these limitations prescribed by law.
And the problem is that our courts are, by and large, an arm of our legislature. They are separate, but they act on behalf of them more often than not. There's a few judges that are really pro, citizens' rights, and will advocate on the side of citizens more often than not, depending on the situation. Like Ian Runkle of the Bailey, he's another YouTuber, Canadian YouTuber. He's a lawyer as well who specializes in firearm rights. He's been going over this case where the judge is basically siding with the citizen, the plaintiff. What the hell is he doing? Siding with the plaintiff more often than not in the proceedings over this, this recent ordering council debacle that we've had.
So what did the dude do?
He didn't do anything. Basically, the prime minister issued an ordering councils. This is something that the prime minister's office has the right to do. Typically, it's done for recess appointments and things like that. But he issued an ordering council which basically decreed that certain firearms were moved directly to prohibited status, meaning you can't have them regardless. And it was a list of like 1,500 different models, some of which were like 22 long rifle, one of which was an airsoft rifle, for crying out loud. Anyway,
what did they looked at a catalog of every gun that was ever created and was like picked and chose like this one, not this one.
They probably looked at a bunch of pictures and said this one's spooky looking, this one's spooky looking.
Put that on.
Yeah. So anyway,
black.
It's black and scary. So they made this list of firearms and put this restriction in place, and they issued a bunch of letters out to people who had these restricted firearms, which were now moved to prohibited status, in particular the AR-15, and said, "Look, this your registration for this is now null and void, and there are specific provisions set out in the Criminal Code and the Firearms Act that require the government to issue certain documentation when they're going to revoke a registration." And so it became this semantic argument over whether this was a revoking of the registration or not. And the judge ultimately decided on behalf of the citizen who said, "Look, the government didn't meet their standard here. I should be able to keep this." It's still going on in the court, but every sort of session of court that's gone forward, the judge has been by and large on the side of the plaintiff, saying the government acted wrongly here. Well, so we'll see where it goes. Hopefully the ordering council is essentially unconstitutional. But
so have there been a lot of tragic boat accidents in Canada since this law is passed?
Constantly.
Yeah.
Imagine there's been quite a few.
We're the land of lakes, There's so many freshwater bodies of water.
I imagine that new firearm you purchased, Craig, never made it to your house. It was lost in shipping.
No, I don't have to worry about that. The SA-22 is a semi-automatic 22 long rifle. It's a traditional looking wood furniture hunting rifle, varmint shooter. It looks almost cute, for crying out loud. It's not a very scary gun. So it's not even on their radar. I'll see if I can find a picture of it.
I mean,
I bought it.
Tactical attachments, you'll be all right.
Yeah, there you go. No, it's got a nice, gold bead front sight and adjustable rear sight.
We're not allowed attachments. Attachments are white supremacy or something.
Yeah, that's
right. Rip. I wish we could fucking figure out how to get them off of this all silencers or the devil thing.
silencers aren't like that.
I know it would just be nice to be able to fucking go to a range and not walk out deaf if you don't have your fucking earphones on, right? You know what I mean? Like, it would be nice. It would be nice. That's all I'm saying. Because all they're for is not destroying your eardrums.
Pretty much,
that's right.
Yeah.
They're safety devices. They're safety devices.
What's something just crossed my mind? I've been hearing jets. I work down close to the lake. I've been hearing jets over the overhead. If I'm not mistaken, the CNE isn't running.
No.
So there's no air show.
Any bases by your spot at the lake?
No, not really. But we have an annual air show in Toronto, but it runs with the Canadian National Exhibition, what we call the X or the CNE. And but the jets are still flying overhead. So if we're not having an air show because there's no CNE, why are they flying overhead? Are they just prepping the military for oppressing the populace? Oh, yeah, it is cute. Oh.
Isn't it?
It's like a girl's gun.
It looks like my Red Ryder.
Almost. You know what? It doesn't. It's not very. No, it's semi-automatic. I like it because it's a breakdown, it's a takedown. So basically, it separates at the receiver and the barrel. And I like the way it loads. You basically see that little divot in the stock.
Mm-hmm.
You pull out a follower from the rear of the buttstock, and then you just drop them in. It holds 11 rounds.
Hell yeah!
And the charging handle's on the bottom, and it's a bottom eject. So yeah, no, I love this gun. It's a beautiful gun. It's been in production since 1914.
Wow, that's some actually really good engineering if that's how that works.
Yeah, that's really solid. And there are guns of this particular gun that are all the way back from like the 1930s and 1950s and stuff, where they're selling in the tens of thousands of dollars because this model has not changed since 1914, and it's walnut furniture. It's really beautiful, really nice. It's only 22, but I can live on rabbit and squirrel.
And you can kill a man at 50
yards. You could if you needed to. You could kill a person with it. You get a good headshot. Yeah. Anyway, that's what I bought recently.
Way off topic. I recently discovered a Dnd Alignment Test. Like, what's that fucking thing? Myers-Briggs test or personality test. Dnd Alignment Test. And it turns out I am lawful neutral. Very lawful, but neutral, borderlining evil. Like, literally, if I had answered one question different, I would be on the evil side. And the way they described it, I interpreted like this. This is the best way to explain it. I'm not going to be the guy that points the gun and pulls the trigger. But when Joker points the gun and says, "You get what you fucking deserve," and pulls the trigger, I'm going to be like, yeah, no, he had it coming.
I recently rewatched that movie. That's a great movie.
I have yet to watch it.
It is a really, really good movie.
The first time I watched it, I thought it was going to be like a superhero movie, and so I wasn't mentally ready, and I wasn't sure how I felt about it. So I waited a while, and I watched it again, knowing what I was going into, and it's like, yes, no, yeah, this is amazing. This is like a masterpiece of film.
It's really good. It's like
supervillain origin stories are always good, unless it's something that was written after the 2000s.
No, see, and that's what I mean.
A supervillain origin story is always good,
but it's not a supervillain origin story. Like, it is, but that's like the side issue. it's the story of this poor guy
Yeah.
who's going through all this crap and loses his shit. And then at the end, he didn't build an army. Everyone was going through all this shit and they were waiting for him.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like
it was, it's like Death of a Salesman in Gotham City.
that's yeah.
It's really it's a solid piece of film. And here's the thing: if you knew nothing about Batman or Gotham City or anything like that, you'd think it was just, like you said, the story of a guy who's just beaten down by society, and then goes through this metamorphosis into this I don't know, this force of vengeance or force of retribution. It's really, really, really solid. And great acting by Joaquin Phoenix.
Yeah,
great acting all around. Actually,
I think I heard a rumor that there was a second one in production.
I don't think they need one. Maybe there is, but if they do, they're going to shit it up because
you think so?
It'll be
it's like the Matrix, right? Matrix, the first Matrix movie, great piece of film, really, really good.
Whoa.
Reloaded and Revolution never needed to be made. It should have ended at the end of Matrix, and that's it.
Don't shit on my Matrix, okay?
I love the Matrix. I just think Reloaded and Revolution diluted it.
No, they were meant to happen.
Look, the fight scene in New Zion or whatever it was had to happen. That was amazing.
Look, the first Matrix, masterpiece. Reloaded and Revolutions were supposed to happen. That was part of the plan.
Well, fine. I don't care.
It was meant to, but what happened was that one of the Wachowskis started transitioning, and that bullshit got all infected into that shit. And then by the end of the third movie, both of them were women.
What? Both the Wachowskis brothers are now Wachowski sisters?
That's why they are no longer the Wachowski brothers. They are just the Wachowskis. Yes, they're both fucking trans. And the chemical inundation ruined the writing. And yeah.
Well, there's like a 46% chance that they won't be able to shit out a bunch of fucking extra like trilogy series like they did with Star Wars.
Look, like Equilibrium, great ideas, poorly executed, and because they were going through some serious shit, whether or not it's legit, I don't give a crap. It altered the quality because they were not in the right mindset to make movies. They were dealing with their personal shit.
Excuse me.
And yeah, but if you want to redeem that trilogy, watch the Animatrix.
The Animatrix is great. I'm not gonna lie. I like the Animatrix.
The best part of the whole Matrix mythology.
Yeah,
and it makes everything.
But again, that's like the Animatrix is like an anthology series of animation.
Yeah,
and each one of them stands on its own as a good, solid piece of film.
Yes.
Same goes for the first Matrix. I didn't think the Reloaded and Revolution, regardless of what cool action scenes it had, were necessary. I think it ended with Neo flying up into space and that song playing. I'm like, perfect ending. I don't need to know anything else.
No, I get it. But
maybe they had a plan. That's fine. But
yeah, and then it got corrupted. That's all. Like,
no, I'm just saying that they did such a good job with the movie that the other two were not necessary for me. I'm not saying for anybody. It was probably necessary for them, but it wasn't necessary for me. I was satisfied with the Matrix. I didn't need the other two movies.
Oh no, I wanted them badly, and I think they could have been much better, obviously. But yeah, the corruption and then the backtracking to go to the point that the red pill that is now associated with being fucking based and knowing the truth and being right wing and men's rights activists. What that really meant was like, and blue pilled is being going back to sleep and forgetting about all of this, is that the blue pills were the antidepressants that you could give to a transgender person, and the red pills were the estradiol that is the hormone to begin.
I refuse to believe any of the delusional shit that these people say.
They did not think that far ahead.
No, they didn't. There's no way.
Yeah, no, it's bullshit.
They're just pissed off that their metaphor got jacked by people they don't agree with politically, and they're trying to fucking flip it on its head. Fuck them.
Now they're trying to retro.
I hope their fake vaginas get infected.
And it's like, no. You had it right the first time, and everything went wrong afterwards. Sorry, guys, gals, whatever you prefer. I don't give a shit. You did a great job. Your ideas are great. And your execution was bad because you were in this weird fucking place where you have a shaved head and a beard and you're wearing earrings and a fucking dress that I've seen because I watched all the goddamn interviews with them because I love that fucking shit. I really do. Like, I am a hardcore Matrix fan. Matrix was the thing that shifted me from a Star Wars fan to a Matrix fan. And yeah, watching, like, looking at one of the Wachowskis with his shaved head and his fucking beard and his earrings and his pink fucking frilly dress, I was like, what the fuck is happening?
Hey man, wear what you want. I don't care. Yeah.
But have you watched it synced up to the Pink Floyd's The Wall yet? Is this the real
It doesn't
question?
work. It doesn't.
Isn't that
Alice in Wonderland, and it's only up to the
Wizard of Oz.
Wizard of Oz.
Yes, you're right.
Was it The Wall or was it a different album?
No, it's The Wall.
Yeah,
you gotta watch it, man.
And it only syncs up to the point where it turns color, and then everything goes crossways.
So the beginning
it's over at that point.
It's like the first 45, 50 minutes, give or take.
I think it's less than that.
No, it's not. Is it?
I don't think it's a full 45 minutes before she ends up in Oz, because that's when it goes color.
No, after the poppies.
Maybe.
The poppies
I don't know.
is the
It's been
end.
Years. Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like even shit like there's
a
line where it's like falls, and that's when she falls off the fence among the sheep or whatever.
You guys have smoked way more pot than I have in your lifetimes. I'm just throwing that out there.
If you smoke pot every day from now till the day you die, I will still have smoked more.
Yeah,
pot
I can tell. I'm 37 years old, and I've never felt the desire to actually sit down and watch The Wizard of Oz synced up to The Wall. Kudos,
cool.
dude.
No, you know what? Go do it. It's pretty fucking cool.
Yeah, okay. I'll get right on that, bud. I have other things on my bucket list I have to mark off first. Sorry, man. Priorities and all.
Do what you got to do, but trust me, if you don't do this, you're missing out. That's all I'm saying.
So
you kind of derailed off of the topic at hand.
It's cool. I mean, look, what else can you say about the Vax passports, man? You guys are gonna get hunted down like dogs.
Well, I wanted to ask you, who's your governor? Who's your governor in Kentucky?
Andy Beshear, some Democrat ass hat. I cannot, dude. I could look.
How does Kentucky?
I'm not saying anybody should do it, but if the Libertarian Party has an office somewhere and there's to be a tragic fire, I will not shed a fucking tear. That's all I'm saying. Fuck those assholes. Because when this guy got elected, they put out a bunch of smug messages talking about, haha, you didn't give us any fucking offices, so fuck you, Kentucky, haha. fuck those pricks, dude. I hate libertarians now, dude. I hope they all burn in hell.
Neutral, borderline evil. He's like, we're simpatico.
They deserve it. They made me an authoritarian. This is all their fault.
I'm not going to pull the trigger.
Do you think Bashir's going to be putting in vaccine passports in Kentucky?
I think he might try, but he's going to have a hell. Look, everything he's tried to do over the past, since the BLM riots, right? He's tried to do a bunch of shit, and it'll last for like a week or two before everybody gets all pissed off, and he's like, okay, look, ha ha, just joking. Look, it's all good.
This reminds me, actually.
He keeps doing this shit, dude. It's driving me crazy. I want to see him tarred and feathered so bad I can't stand it.
That reminds me of Jason Kenney in Alberta, that he was going hardcore to the, oh no, we have to do terrible things to people to make this, and people freaked out. They lost their shit. And he's counter-responded and been very Ron DeSantis, very Sweden, very Governor Abbott of Texas. Enough and long enough now that I think they might be forgiving him. The premier of Alberta, he responded to public pressure. And
look, the pressure's getting. Look, okay, where I'm at in Kentucky, protests and shit don't fucking happen. Like it's a decent population. It's not like rural or anything. It's more suburban. But protests and shit don't happen here. Well, since they've started talking about vax passports, and they're trying, like, now there's a thing going on where they're trying to get all the medical personnel mandatory vaccinated. Mandatory. You have to be vaccinated if you want to keep your job as a nurse or a doctor or a surgeon or anything to do with medicine, right? Look, most of the nurses around here are chicks. And if you know anything about chicks from Kentucky, they ain't taking that shit, dude. Like, they're fucking pissed. They've been at every fucking hospital in the tri-state area for the past month, every weekend protesting somewhere, like big ass fucking crowds. So
good.
They're not gonna. If they try to, like, I'm probably gonna end up getting something going at a meeting over this mask bullshit, because I've already told my kids' school, look, I'm not spending money and sending my kids to school with a mask. You want them to fucking wear them, you're gonna have to give them a new one every day, I guess, because I'm not paying for it, or we're gonna be at an impasse. Like,
right.
Oh, you want me to share that? Sorry, man.
No. We have this here. Healthcare bureaucrats now themselves admit dangerous staffing shortages and admit healthcare workers quitting in droves based on mandatory vaccinations.
Yeah, fuck that, dude. You can't do that shit.
There was a protest at Joseph Brand Hospital in my hometown, or my town here. Not my hometown, but where I live.
So this brings up another question, okay? If the fucking virus is killing people in fucking droves the way that we're being told that it is, why would you had to have had the foresight to see that this would be an unintended consequence of a mandatory vaccination, right? Like, unless the people that are actually running shit are complete fucking morons with no foresight, like, you had to know something like that could happen.
Yeah,
so
no, they
why
are.
would
They
you
are. Here's
risk
the
it?
thing. But the thing is, they're taking their marching orders from Klaus Schwab. That's why.
Okay. Look, give me the deep lore on this dude, because you've said his name like 6 times, and I'll be honest with you, I have no idea who the fuck this is.
Okay.
Klaus Schwab is the architect of the Great Reset, and he's the one who's put the phrase out there, "Build Back Better." He's the one who's talking about, in the future, you'll own nothing and you'll have no privacy and you'll be happy.
Glasses, almost a Bernie Sanders haircut.
Yeah.
Oh, worse.
But like, he's thinner, a little taller.
Rudy Giuliani, but like 1,000 years old.
I think I know who you're talking about.
Anyway, so
all
of these people are on board with him, and basically, when he tells them to do something, they're doing it. They're vaccine passports, all of it. This is the guy. I'll see if I know one second.
No, but Klaus Schwab is one of the people who believes that humans don't know what's good for them, and he does because he's a better human.
Yeah,
and
better human. Oh man, see why can't he be like a fucking messenger of the grill like it was in the old days? It's never some cool fucking crazy shit that make the mad scientist or the fucking megalomaniac fucking business guys.
He's the leader of the he's the leader of the World Economic Forum.
Economic Forum. That's they're the people that meet at Davos.
Why am I looking at a picture of a bunch of women
what you're
touching tongues? Like, what am I looking at here?
What you're seeing is the way celebrities are treated and allowed to behave, and the way athletes are treated and allowed to behave, and then the way they expect our children to behave in school. And I've called this picture plebs.
Yeah.
And this is what Klaus Schwab and the World Economic Forum think of us. He wrote a book about
COVID-19.
The Great Reset.
Yeah, COVID. And his most recent book is COVID-19 and the Great Reset. So
he had to do a revision to factor in the virus.
COVID-19 is, quite coincidentally, just playing perfectly into the Great Reset. And where government increases its control over everybody's lives. And I was saying this earlier. I honestly believe here's my conspiracy theory. Here's my tinfoil hat theory.
Hold on. Oh, I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. Oh wait, that's right. I'm out of tinfoil. Continue. Sorry, I was going to
hear your foil.
So my theory is this: COVID-19, and this is just opinion, YouTube, so you can strike me later. COVID-19 was an engineered virus released on purpose at a specific time to do two things. One, undermine President Donald Trump and put in place a situation where they could institute a whole bunch of laws and systems for the election that would allow them to engage in shenanigans, thereby making him lose. They realized that if Trump won again, that the Great Reset would be put on hold by his non-compliance with it, and they had to get him out of there. So they released the virus. They put in all these things in place just to push it along, make it happen that much more quickly. So even though Trump lost, it may have done good in the fact that it's forced them to step up their timetable and thereby, expose them and show that, this is all a plandemic, so to speak.
Oh, he said it.
Yeah, and
yeah, I mean it's believable because I'm sure now every normie has heard of it now, but gain of function exercises have been going on for fucking decades, man.
Oh, yeah. For sure. But what normies haven't heard, Pox, is that Canada had Chinese, for lack of a better word, exchange scientists working in our level 4.
They arrested a bunch of them for shipping samples back to fucking China after.
Not shipping, smuggling.
Oh, smuggling. That's right. They were fucking grabbed at the airports, weren't they?
But no one got arrested. Okay? The Chinese agents made their way back to the Wuhan COVID or Wuhan coronavirus virology lab with samples of Ebola, a particular coronavirus, and 2 others that I don't remember. But our intelligence agency called CSIS tried to blow the whistle on this back in December 2019, saying, they took this virus from us, this coronavirus that is gain of function. And we don't know what they're going to do with it. And no one gave a shit. No one cared. And to this day, no one cares. That information is out there. It's publicly
available. That's because you guys are basically China number 2. Like, did you not know that?
This was a virus that was well researched in our Winnipeg level 4 virology lab that was smuggled out. And Craig's tinfoil hat thing is maybe they let it get smuggled out so that it would originate in China instead of here. That's the tinfoil hat thing. Once you listen to Trudeau saying how much he appreciates and admires their basic dictatorship in China, it's easier to believe that someone might have let it slip so that we are not caught holding the bag.
Yeah, that's
though
possible.
Oh, is
Like,
it surprising?
I have an
the
even
bag.
better theory. I full on believe that this virus was released because China was fucking around and they tried to rewrite the Bible to make the fucking Communist Party over there look good. And God started smiting the fuck out of them, dude.
No, and I think it this
Dude,
way.
they had locust plagues, they had massive fucking flooding, and then right after all that crazy shit, the virus popped up. Like, it was nuts.
Yeah.
Right after they were doing that.
But
So,
that virus was in Canadians' possession. We did that research. We let it go. And yeah,
never let anybody named Doug in the lab.
We're holding the bag, but the bag is empty. And CSIS is trying to hold the empty bag up and say, here's the bag. The bag they don't want you to see us holding. And people look at it and go, it's empty. There's nothing in there. And they don't get it.
It doesn't surprise me. I mean, like, you got to consider Justin Trudeau is the son of Fidel Castro. So,
Oh, shit.
it's true.
Resemblance is uncanny, dude.
It is. It's insane how much they look like. Because he sure as hell does not look like his father, his Pierre. He looks a hell of a lot more like Fidel.
Dead ringer. From
Anyway,
teenage years
dead
to
ringer.
now. Yikes. Oh.
All right, I'm gonna share a picture just so everybody knows who the enemy number one is of the free world.
While you do it, Pox, you've gone outside. You have the crickets chirping. Very soon.
That's actually in my basement right now. Because I'm testing the range on this wireless headset. So
This is your enemy.
okay.
Learn his face, and if you see it, punch
Klaus
it.
Schwab. Yep.
Klaus Schwab, punch that son of a bitch. Anyway.
Why does he look like Mitch McConnell with no hair?
Look,
I think you get to that age, and everybody kind of looks like Mitch McConnell.
Yeah, you just develop the bulldog cheeks and the rooster jaws, or the rooster chin.
That's right.
Like,
look, as a lawful evil,
turkey neck, whatever it is.
I will tell you, dragging Doug Ford and the CEO and board of Pfizer out into the streets and giving them the old Mussolini treatment, that's wrong under the law. Also, if and when it happens, they asked for it. They had it coming.
Speaking of which, do you have a link to that little quiz questionnaire thing? Because I kind of want to do it now.
I'll send it to you. Yeah.
Yeah, send it to me because we
Yeah.
could do it here right on the stream. I think that might be fun.
You know what? I'm gonna try and find it. You guys chat. Give me a second.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Chaotic.
you got some noisy crickets there.
You're not chatting.
What?
I'm just
Yeah, they're
listening
not
to the-
chatting.
I'm
There's
listening
like,
to the crickets.
look, there's there's
chat.
3 people. At least one of them is me.
It's actually all 3 of us here.
Yeah, probably. We're fucking performing for ourselves here, bros.
That's okay. People will watch it after the fact.
If you made it this far, I apologize for nothing. Well, except the F slur slip. Sorry about that, Greg.
That's okay. I say that all the time. I use the F word all the time.
No, he promised he would not use gamer words.
Yeah, I was trying real hard.
So you're a gamer, Pox? What games are you playing right now?
No. The gamer words.
No, I don't play games. I just use the vocabulary, sir.
Oh, I see. Okay.
No, the last the only 2 games I've really been playing, well, 3, Soul Calibur, that last one that came out, XCOM 2, and No Man's Sky.
Yeah, I love No Man's Sky. Have you been playing Frontiers at all?
Was that the newest one that has like the sandworms and shit in it?
No, the newest one. It just released like 2 days ago. It's got.
Oh no!
It's like colonies on planet. Basically, colonies on planet, and you go there and you try and help them with their settlements. It's really neat. I haven't played it yet either.
I may have to boot that up.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of videos on it, but I haven't played it yet myself either. But it looks really cool.
I still haven't even messed with the derelict ships that they added. I've done a little bit of that.
You know, I gotta hand it to Sean Murray. That's his name, right? Sean Murray,
the Hello Games guy.
Yeah. I mean, like, okay,
so
he, he fucked up and he overpromised and then it didn't deliver, and then to make good on that, he's been delivering ever since, and everything's been free to anybody who ever downloaded the game.
Yeah,
I think that's awesome. All right, so I'm gonna go to this.
That's not the one I did, but
well, come on, man.
No, I can't find the one I did.
Man, Doug's are boring. You're both gonna be lawful. Like Irving's already lawful neutral. You're gonna be like lawful good.
I have a feeling I'm chaotic good. I can't copy this link. Well, maybe I can. Hold on. No, I can't copy this link.
I tried. I did the best I could.
Send it to me. Send it to me through Facebook chat, and I'll. Sorry, man. It's just I can't copy it out of the stream chat. Maybe I can copy it in the. You know what? I could probably copy it in the Ammunation live stream.
Oh yeah, no, from the Ammunation you should. Yeah, that's where it's real, quote unquote.
What?
All right, yeah, let me see here.
Yeah, no, in our chat, if you're watching on StreamYard, you might not be able to copy and paste. But
no, I'm not watching shit. I've got YouTube up on my phone, so in case you guys throw anything up on the screen.
No, yeah, that's what I mean. In the StreamYard, you might not be able to copy paste, but in the YouTube chat, you should be able to. But I sent it to you on Facebook.
Yeah, okay, I got it here now. All right, so I'm going to share this, and I'm going to share this, and we'll do the alignment test live.
Yeah, no,
yeah, let's do this.
Share screen. And this is not the one I did. It's just some one I found. I couldn't find the one I did. Sorry. 4chan's not always at my beck and call, guys.
All right, can we see it here?
Yeah.
Yes, we can. All right, so here we are. All right, alignment test. Family elders are expressing disapproval of you to the rest of the family. Do you A, accept the criticism and change your ways, seek compromise with them, besmirch the reputation of those expressing disapproval as you ignore their scorn? None of these. I would do none of these.
You got to pick one. It's not an answer. I'd say go with the last
one. Any way you can. No, it would probably be. I would probably accept the criticism and change my ways. Would you give up a promising career to aid the family in time of need in a heartbeat? Yes, with some reluctance. Only if it was certain I'd be able to return to my career soon. My family, yeah, I would. Would you betray a family member to advance your own career? I find the idea abhorrent. Do you respect the leaders of your family? Their words guide my actions. They're role models. They're often out of touch with my life. That's pretty. If your family had arranged your marriage to someone loathsome, would you go through with it? Agree, hiding your reluctance, subtly work against the union. I would flee. I'm not marrying. You're estranged from a family member on his deathbed. He seeks
Greg, the
reconciliation.
runaway bride.
Do you speak? Yeah. Do you speak to him but hold your ground? Refuse to speak to him? Discuss your estrangement openly without rancor? Actively seek reconciliation and heed his dying words. I would probably do either the third or the fourth one. I would discuss this. There we go. A powerful but corrupt judge offers you wealth if you'll testify against your friend. Do you condemn your friend? Take the money and testify, but try to keep your testimony effective. Refuse the offer and refuse to testify. I would refuse the offer. I'm not necessarily going to testify on his behalf because I don't know if he fucking did it. Do you become close to friends or hold most people at a safe distance? I have some close friends. Have you ever betrayed a friend? I've done so more than once, and I sometimes get away with it. I've done so once. I've been tempted to do so, but I've never gone through with it. I'd never contemplate such a thing. No, I hold my friends in pretty high regard. How do you view lifelong commitment to a single romantic partner? I have or want such a romance. Such a romance would be ideal if it is achievable. I worry I'd miss out on what others have to offer. I would say I have or want such a romance.
Alina's the lucky gal.
She is. Even if she can't see it.
You're a lucky boy, dude. Don't.
Do you insist on repayment when lending money to friends? Yes, but I try to be flexible to the exact terms. Yes. Are you still in touch with childhood friends? No, I move around too much. No, I don't have anything in common with them anymore. I'd say that's probably accurate. Do you donate time and money to improve your local community? Yes, I donate as much as I can once my own needs are met. No, I don't have enough money or times where. I would say the second one. The community is threatened with invasion. Do you help defend it to your last breath? Defend the area to the rest of your community. Flee as soon as things look grim. Cut a deal with the enemy. Defend the area with the rest of my community.
Hardcore. He's got guns.
If you were injured and required immediate assistance, would members of your hometown agree to help? Yes, because we live in socialized healthcare land. So that's probably answer number one. Do you respect the laws and authorities of the community? Yes, they're generally the best, but when it suits me, there are some laws that I just don't agree with. Do you members of your hometown shun, avoid, or mock you? Yes, they're small minds, can't handle anyone outside the norms. Some do because I don't always fit in. No, I'm generally seen as normal. I'm going to say the second one. Would you stand for office or seek to represent the interests of your community in some public manner? Of course, it's everyone's duty to do so, only if no one else could handle the job. I would say that. Your country is racked with famine. Would you share what food you had with others? Eat as little as possible yourself and share the rest. Steal what food you need to survive. Steal as much food as possible, then sell it back to the community at high price. That's fucking hardcore. I would share what food I had with others, I think. Or eat as little as possible and share the rest. If offered enough money, would you slip a poison into your king's drink? Oh, geez. Depends on the king, I guess.
Fucking kings? Get rid of them. No, I sullied your answer now.
A plague is sweeping across your country. Would you undertake a dangerous mission to find the cure? Heal the sick as best you can. Avoid contact with the sick. I'm going to do what the CDC tells me, baby. Do you respect the lawful authority of the rulers of the land? No, a ruler is no better than anyone else. Oh, the last one. No, rulers are invariably corrupted by power. If you're offered a reasonably lucrative deal, would you spy for a hostile foreign power? Yes, because this nation could stand to be knocked down a peg. Oh, fuck. Yes, because this nation's secrets mean little to me. No, because I might get caught. No, because I'd We're talking about my current nation, yeah? So we were talking about this before. There's no other nation that's going to save us from our dictators. So I'm saying, yeah, I would say the first one. Do you rely on the government to enforce contracts and property rights? Yes, because maintaining the rule of law is more important than any individual dispute. Yes, because the courts are best equipped to handle such disputes. Are you kidding me? The government can't even pave roads. Absolutely not. If I can't defend it myself, I don't deserve to have it. I think the second one, they're best equipped because I don't want to get into a shooting match with somebody over a patch of land. If in prison, would you injure or kill others to escape? If I'm wrongfully convicted, yes. Do you accept a noble's right to treat badly the serfs who work on his land? No. You have accidentally committed a crime. Do you turn yourself in and attempt to make restitution to the victim? Turn yourself in, throwing yourself on the mercy of the court. Hide your involvement, lying to you if you have to. Try to pin the... Okay, so if I accidentally committed a crime...
Hold on. Let me tell you a story.
All right.
My buddy went out to buy beef patties. That cost $12. He gave the guy $20. The guy gave him $17 back.
That's not even like...
He walked away, and the next day lost his car keys and ended up costing him $1,000. The next day, he went back to the same beef patty place, bought beef patties, and said, "Last time you gave me too much change. Here's your $5." That's all. That's all, right? Paid $1,000 bill, paid the guy back the $5.
Here's the difference.
Yeah.
And then he found his keys.
Nope. No. He paid to correct his keys and all of that, and gave me that he had taken illegitimately. But yeah, no. So I don't know. Accidentally, it might not cost you the way it cost him, but accidentally, how do you factor that into your morality?
Okay, so when I think accidentally, I think accidentally committing a crime would be something similar to that.
Yeah.
I would own up. If somebody gave me too much, it's happened to me before. People have given me too much change back. And I said,
know it.
And I noticed.
You find out afterwards.
Okay, so I realized afterwards, hey, he gave me too much back. I would go back in immediately and say, hey, I think you gave me the wrong change.
What if you found out 10 hours later, right? Like,
well, I guess it depends. Like, I mean, if I'm okay, so if it's in my neighborhood and I frequent
it's a nuanced question is all I'm getting at. I'm too drunk.
It is a nuanced question, but I think once I discovered the discretion, I would go and try and make it right.
In my story, my friend probably knew sooner than he would like to admit, and he was punished by karma or God or whatever.
Yeah, you could say that, or he was just unlucky.
He felt it. He felt it, and he paid it back.
Well, that's good. Okay, so this next one, 28. If guilty, would you confess to a crime? No, I make the magistrates prove my guilt because I deserve that.
Nice.
I'm entitled to a fair trial.
No. Yep. Yes.
And I mean, it depends, I guess. If I were guilty, would I confess? Depends on the crime. I think if I were guilty of, let's say, murder, let's say a cold-blooded murder, I'd never do it. But let's say act of passion, I kill somebody.
Let's say I'm guilty of being unvaccinated.
There you go. I would make my magistrates prove my guilt. Would you express revolutionary political opinion if threatened with punishment? Yes, I'd rather be punished than remain silent. Absolutely. While traveling, you witness an assault. You are ordered to testify, which will delay your travel significantly. Do you slip out of town at night and avoid testifying? Die silent, remain reluctantly, testify, and leave? Probably that. They can always call me back. What is the best use of wealth? To help the destitute and less fortunate, to provide for the needs of friends and family, stay on top of the heap yourself, to not only stay on top, but to keep others from climbing your level. I would say the second one, because it's not a matter of me competing and being on top. I need enough for myself and the people I care about. When confronted by beggars, do you give generously, give moderately, give only though you wouldn't miss? I'm pretty generous with charity. By using magic, you could fool village merchants into thinking your copper pieces were made of gold. Do you? Yes, and I'll buy as much as I can. No, it's too risky. No, those merchants have families to feed. I'll say that.
Fuck that.
You have
Fuck
two
them
job
rich
offers.
merchants,
One
dude.
pays more, but not all merchants are rich.
Sorry, what was Pox saying? No, I want to hear that.
I said, "Fuck them rich merchants, man. They're getting ripped off." Sorry.
Yeah, that's okay. Everyone teaches his own. You have two jobs. One pays more, but the other is secure and steady. Which do you choose? Definitely the lucrative job. Steady work sounds like drudgery. Probably the lucrative job, although I'd look into the secure job. The second. What is the best path to wealth? It's a matter of luck and being in the right place. Staying flexible so you can take advantage of good opportunities. Following a long-term plan that incorporates a comfortable level of risk. Hard work and perseverance. I'd say the second one. If you accepted a job or contract, would you try to finish the task even if it got much more dangerous? Yes, because it's good to have a reputation of dependability. You can bet I'd be negotiating. Yeah, probably that one.
Right.
What is my alignment? Chaotic good. I knew it.
Nice.
Chaotic good. A character acts his conscience, directs him with little regard for what others expect of him. He makes his own way, but he's kind and benevolent. He believes in goodness and right, but has little use for laws and regulations. He hates it when people try to intimidate others and tell them what to do. He follows his own moral compass, which, although good, may not agree with that of society. Chaotic good is the best alignment you can be because it combines good heart with a free spirit. However, chaotic good can be a dangerous alignment when it disrupts the order of society and punishes those who do well for themselves. Yep, but that's what I expected.
And you know what's funny is that I am so lawful evil, and the descriptions were very similar. It's like chaotic good. It's going to be the absolute antithesis. And it's like, no, we're going to be the best of friends for all the wrong reasons.
Yeah, see, I only had one evil response. Most of mine were good. Some of them were
No. Suddenly, I don't like this test because it says some of your answers were evil. No.
One of them was evil.
No, you can't measure one answer as evil.
Well, one was the more evil of one was the more evil. One was the most evil of the four, I guess, right?
It's fucking 4chan, Irving. I don't think it's that deep, dude.
I think
this is like video game RPG choice options here. This was
made by some guy who was learning HTML coding.
Of course, but
no, I mean, I know which question was too. It was making the magistrates prove my guilt. That was probably the evil response.
No, but straight goods, that's not evil. That's proper free.
Well, they also broke it down.
That's proper chaotic.
Oh, no, they broke it down along chaos as well. So my lawful answers, I had 6. My neutral, I had 5. My chaos, I had 13. On the scale, I was 29 chaotic good. The next highest would have been chaotic neutral, 23.
See, I argue, make the magistrates prove it is both, in your case, chaotic, but in my case, lawful.
Yeah. The law is the law. And in any given situation, magistrates or litigators or whatever, they are required to prove their case. I mean, if I know they've got the case against me and like there's no getting out of it, I probably would plead guilty because I know that I'm going to get a lesser sentence for it.
But if they want to say going through the process of law, whether or not you're innocent is evil. No. That's lawful. That's a draw to lawful, not to good or evil.
Yeah, those answers probably have certain point factors, right? So
Of course they do. And no, they're not all super accurate, but chaotic good, lawful evil. I think that, opposite sides of the same coin, maybe.
Yeah. In any event, I predicted chaotic good and I got
evil. You were lawful neutral, I thought.
Yeah, but neutral was straight goods.
Nah. One pip into neutral still makes you a fucking fence sitter. Sorry.
One pip into evil. To the point that neutral is like, and honestly, I'm sorry, I'm from the Palladium universe. There's no neutral.
No, whatever. Neutral's a just myth. Face it, you're not evil, dude. You're not a bad boy. I'm sorry.
No,
I don't know what to tell you. Good boy. You're gonna have to come up with a new shtick, dude. Sorry.
No.
Neutral.
No.
You're boring now, sir.
No. Don't get too deep into this. All right.
I'm surprised you didn't get chaotic, Irving. Didn't you tell a cop to go fuck himself at one point?
Because the cop was acting unlawfully.
Well, I know, but that would be chaotic, right?
No. The cop was betraying the law. I am pro-law. I am pro-law and order. Also, I will use it to fucking end you.
Nice.
I watch a lot of true crime videos on YouTube. My favorites are That Chapter.
That's a decent channel. I watch that one every now and then.
And JCS Criminology.
I think it's that one.
John Can't Swim or something like that. Anyway.
Oh, Jim Can't Swim?
Jim Can't Swim, that's it. Yeah. And what's the other one? Oh, This Is Monsters. And The Casual Criminalist. I watched that one too. Anyway, so I'm surprised when I hear the cases being brought out, and I'm like, these criminals are idiots. Why do they why do they write shit down? 2, why do you take your phone with you when you're going to commit a crime or hide your tracks? 3, why don't you destroy the clothing you were wearing when you committed your crime? And then 4, why are you talking to the cops when they call you in to sit down and say, we just want to ask you some questions. You're not under arrest, but we're going to read you your Miranda rights anyway. You should say, I can't speak to you without a lawyer present.
Now, here's the thing is, as a chaotic good, you would never engage in any of those activities. And yet you already think like those people and are better at it than they are. I do all of those things, keep myself quiet and tight, and then listen to a guy like Pox who is all chaos and all neutral all the time and trying to tell me I'm doing something wrong. It's like, no. I am working in the system without morals.
No, I would.
You
bullshit.
are.
You're neutral, dude. You keep fucking pretending. You go ahead. I like it. It's almost like a version, an attempt at an NPC cover, so you don't end up in the gulag, dude. I mean, keep it up.
No, no. I'm not trying to say I am evil. I'm trying to say that you are a faggot. That you don't commit the way I do. And that's the difference. You are a slave to what happens to you. I have this sense of principles.
I might be a victim of circumstance and chaos, sir, but my life is far from fucking boring.
Oh, my life, yeah. No one's saying your life's boring.
I'm not going to be able to go anywhere because I don't want the fucking nanobite shot. Ugh.
No one's saying your life is
good.
boring.
I'm not getting it either, and I'll go anywhere the fuck I want.
All I'm saying is you are constrained. You are constrained by rules. I am constrained by the rules I set for myself.
Yeah. See, I mean, it's kind of the same for me. My rules are dictated by the fact that I have children, though.
See, Pox, I don't have children. I'm double vaccinated.
I don't have children, so I can't make that claim.
I have the double shot. But
oh no,
I'm standing in solidarity with those people who are unvaccinated. If I go to an establishment and they say we need to see your vaccine passport, we need to see your QR code, I'm going to say I refuse to patronize your establishment. Sorry.
And that's, I think, where we all fall in together, is that
that's pretty much what I did the whole lockdown. Anywhere where they were like, "Oh, you can't come in without a mask," like, fuck it, I'll drive another couple blocks down the street.
I'll go somewhere else.
But Craig's following the rules, but sees it as immoral. I think the rules are wrong, and you are in this chaos place that is pure freedom, and that's where we all fall together.
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's why we seem to get along and have a good time talking to each other.
And a great live stream. It's been we've been going for 2 hours and 20 minutes now. That's great.
Oh, nice.
I think it's time for no one tells jokes anymore. Pox, I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but on the Ammunation live stream near the end of the stream, I like to tell a joke or have one of my guests tell a joke. And I'm wondering, do you have a joke you can tell? Doesn't have to be. Doesn't matter what the joke is. Just something that
No, but I do have a very funny interaction I had with some random thought on Facebook the other day. It would be the greatest honor to hear you and Irving do a dramatic reenactment, like a dramatic reading of this short conversation.
Oh, you want to send it to me?
Yeah, hold on one second. I'm out of my.
Send it to Irving, because I don't think I have your contact info. So send it to Irving.
Well, Irving's got it.
Oh, did you send it to you already?
Wait, no, I can't read all 90 fucking messages.
Not all of it, just the part. Just
pick
hold
a
on,
few.
Motherfucker. Oh, Irving, you lazy fuck.
No,
there's just one.
You lazy
oh no, wait,
fuck.
I sent you. That's right.
Clip
Never
it
mind.
and send it.
I'm working on it. I sent you the whole thing. I forgot about that.
Yeah, you sent the whole thing.
Section.
I'm not reading 10 pages of interaction.
Yeah.
Okay. While he fucking clips some shit, let me tell you this. I walked in on a conversation with some people at work that were talking about how, oh God, someone said homo milk is now some kind of slur. It's homophobic and we can't do it. And they were talking about it at length. And I was way off to the side. And this was my Jewish friend. And as soon as he pulled away, I walked up on him and I said, yo, that milk is fucking gay.
All right, I sent it to you.
That's my joke. We don't tell jokes anymore.
That's a good joke.
We all
love it. And it's based in reality, so I love it. All right, so you want to share it, Irving? You and I will read it off the screen. And
Discord or Facebook.
The blue is me, and the gray, I think, is the weird ass random thought that wouldn't fucking leave me alone.
Facebook, okay.
So you want to read Pox, and I'll read the thought.
Yeah, let me share it. No, I have to save it first. Holy shit!
You might want to fucking block out the name.
Yeah, no, that takes time. That's editing.
I ain't doing that shit.
Oh my god. No,
was this via text message, Pox, or what was it?
It was okay. So there's a skull art group on Facebook, and they just share pictures of like fucking sugar skulls and fucking Grim Reapers and fucking skeleton shit. Dark art, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And like, I don't know, some random thought hit me up from that group and was getting all fucking, using the thoughterry. And,
that's nice.
Yeah, she got patrolled. I thought it was pretty fucking funny.
You're purple?
Yeah, I'm on the I'm like the blue, and the chick is I think gray.
Right side, she's
color scheme. Yeah.
Okay, so she says, then.
Well, I can't see it. I got to see it though, Irving, because I can't.
Oh shit. Hold on. Oh god.
We should have done this 30 minutes ago when he wasn't so sloppy.
I can't I'm having trouble making it. It's gonna be a second. Hold on, guys. Jesus Christ.
I gotta keep that eye closed, man.
Fuck off.
Can't keep everything from getting blurry.
I swear to God, I saved it.
Irving, you need to get into you need to learn OBS, but don't get any good at it. Just do it like this with one eye fucking closed for everybody.
No, I know OBS, and OBS doesn't save your fucking ridiculousness.
Be the greatest drunken Jamie there is, dude.
Are you editing it or something, Irving?
No, I'm trying to find it.
He's trying to find it.
I can't save it without putting it somewhere.
Pox, you have it?
Yeah.
Do you see the share button in what do you call it?
Streamlabs.
Yeah.
StreamYard or whatever. Yeah, but I've got it saved on my phone, not on my computer.
Oh, okay.
It's all good. You know what? This will be fucking extra content. You guys fucking sit down and do a dramatic reading and fucking throw music into it and everything, dude. Because Irving, look at this. Look at this man. One eye closed, concentrating so hard, dude.
It's okay.
Just save it to your desktop like a normal person, and you can delete it.
No normal person saves it to their desktop.
If you're just throwing it away.
Yeah, my desktop's covered in shit. I never.
Right?
I save everything to my desktop.
And my desktop is clean.
Yeah, that's probably why.
Like
that's probably why I get lag, and my computer fucking is chugging along like a pig, and you're not.
And you don't want me to you don't want me to share it because you don't want their identity saved. I'm not editing and blanking them out.
Hey, I just said it would probably be a good idea. I really don't give
a fuck.
You
know, we don't have to do it tonight. That's fine. You know what, Pox? You need some content on your channel. You should do a little dramatic reading yourself.
Oh shit, dude. If I had more time or fucking people to stream with, dude, I'd try to do a live stream. I just don't want to be in charge of the channel and the passwords and the technical side of it because I'm absolutely retarded and I cannot do it. I can't remember passwords. I forget what emails I used for shit.
Didn't you have like videos up on your channel at one point though?
You know what? Holy shit. Holy shit, Craig.
What?
I think this was not Pox's debut and practice for his own live stream. I think he was auditioning you. What a smug bastard. What a fantastic asshole.
Yeah, me and Irving were talking about because I don't have time to do live shit anymore, man. But I have a buddy who said he'd be willing to edit raw audio. So potentially maybe trying to do a podcast or something. I figure panel of 4 people. Everybody brings a topic. We'll see. I mean, we can kick around ideas.
Yeah, I love that. That sounds like fun.
Something we can try to like edit it down to like 2 hours once a week. See what happens with it.
Yeah, sure. I'm down with that. I don't think I have your contact info though, Pox. Maybe you can Maybe you can send it to me or send it to Irving, and he can send it to me, and we can connect on Discord or what have you.
Yeah, I thought I had you on Discord, but we might not.
Maybe I do. You know what? I just don't go to Discord very often. I don't really like the interface of Discord. One, it's a resource hog. It like makes my computer just slow down. And two, I think the UI is just, it's kind of clunky.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, you can't expect much. It was made by furries.
Was it really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah, there's a whole thing about, there's a meme about fucking Discord admins all being furry pedos.
Oh yeah, there you are. I found you.
Let me see. It's the midget, the garbage man. Oh, there you go.
All right, cool. We'll connect on that then. Just
all right.
Yeah. I'll be sure to check Discord more frequently. I use it when I'm doing online RPG stuff with my buddies, but apart from that, I hardly ever check into it.
What all RPGs you playing, man?
Well, right now we're doing a buddy of mine. We were talking about the Matrix earlier. A buddy of mine is doing Cortex Prime system, and he's made his own Matrix game. So it's after the Matrix, basically after Revolution. And in this game, I'm Captain Nemo, and my face claim for Captain Nemo was Jeff Goldblum. And I run the I pilot the ship, the Narina, and it's centered around us. Basically, there's a ceasefire between the Matrix, the robots, and the humans after the events of Revolution. But there's a contingent of the humans trying to start shit up again, and so our mission, so to speak, is to try and root them out and make sure things don't go off the rails.
You're the cops.
Oh,
yeah.
Shit.
Yeah. Well, no, we're trying to intervene so that things don't go nuts. Is basically what's happening.
Yeah, it's gonna go nuts. This sounds like it's ripe for a Shadowrun twist where all hell breaks loose and nobody knows what the fuck's happening 5 minutes later.
Yeah, my buddy who runs it, Justin, he's really good at Cortex Prime, and he's really good at telling these types of stories. So, yeah, I found the chat. Let's look at this here.
Oh shit!
All right, Irving, I'm gray, or am I gray? Yeah, I'm gray.
Go ahead, be gray.
Then fuck the ass, LOL.
Ew, no thanks. My penis is a holy relic gifted me by God and my parents. Why would I want shit all over it?
LOL. Laugh cry emoji. Then give it a holy oil of the pussy.
Madam, this penis will remain clean until I've found my second wife. Done had any woman that's dumb enough to let me stage. How old are you, darling?
I'm 35. How about you?
37.
Disappointed face.
Nice ring. LMFAO.
I'm horny.
Okay, just throwing this out there. She threw in a fucking sexy face picture and blatantly had a big ass fucking engagement ring and wedding ring on.
You said I can tell. Really?
You're a middle-aged chick in America. I know you got a rubber rocket or two floating around. Take yourself to Pound Town.
What?
Go fuck yourself with your dildos. I know you have them.
LOL. Laugh cry emoji.
All women do these days.
Oh, yeah?
Hit me up when you're done, I guess.
LOL. Sure. Wow, you spurned her. Good.
Dude, no shit. She hit me up again like fucking 45 minutes, an hour later, and then got pissed off because I sent her a picture of a fucking bird.
Of a bird?
Yeah, she's like, what is this? And I was like, it's a thing. She just goes, good night. Like,
That's
that
funny.
was done. Insta cringe, dude. Pussy just dried right the fuck up.
That's funny. All right, boys. I think I'm going to call it. It's we're going on 2.5 hours, more than 2.5 hours here, and Irving's still cogent, so I think it's a good time to end it.
That's the best and worst time to end it. Yeah.
Yeah, he's only got the Otis from Mayberry look going on, not the speech yet.
I need one eye to find things. I need both eyes to fucking shit on YouTube. So yeah, call it before I get fucking nasty.
Oh, that's hilarious. All right, guys. Well, Pox, where can people find you? Do you put any content online?
Nah, I ain't doing shit no more, man.
All right. Well,
maybe something comes up if somebody hits me up. It's like, hey, come shoot the shit.
We're gonna do a live stream.
Are we?
Be on Anchor.fm with some scoliosis chick and me, and maybe Craig if Craig is down.
Well,
the
cast might be a little rearranged. I'll talk to you about that off the air.
Yeah, no, but sure, but we're not going anywhere. We're here to stay on the goddamn internet because we have nowhere else to go.
Your life makes me sad. I don't know about you. I have a bunch of children's parties with single moms to go to. You have fun sitting at your house. I was supposed to go to a birthday party tomorrow, but I'm fucking dodging that shit. And then I've already been to like 3 in the past week, and then there's another one coming up.
Better than strip clubs and fucking bars and restaurants, you fucking asshole. No,
yeah, it is so much fucking better, dude. Because it's all soccer moms and fucking sweet ass parks full of trees instead of a bunch of dudes with erections packed shoulder to shoulder watching one bitch. Fuck all
Canada. You know what I don't want is fucking someone else telling me they're the fucking boss of me.
All right, boys. Thank you again, Pox, for joining us tonight. It's been a pleasure.
Hey, no problem, man.
Irving, it's enjoyable as always. I appreciate it. I'm losing my shit. It's not fun anymore. Okay, I'm done. I'm a second-class citizen.
Oh, how's it feel to be a first world refugee, sir?
You're first class in my book, Irving.
Thanks, man.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us for Ammunation 14. All one of you, and we hope to see you again real soon. Take care.
Good night. Hail Sigmar.
Hail Sigmar. There you go. Good night, folks.